You're watching my favorite YouTuber. I'm Chillmonger, live and alert from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
What's going on, Pantheonas? Bust down. It's your boy Marcus from back of the bus. 1/3 of the Pantheon.
I'm from a
Friday.
place in the world, and you're just from the bus. Like you're not even gonna say where. Oh, is it because the bus is
I'm from the
Bus?
bus. Yeah, there you go. Now you coming along.
I'm from the
Now
dot.
you got it. You from the where?
The dot?
Is that what they call it?
Yeah. You never heard Toronto's name was the dot? Were you
That's
sleeping
cool.
under a rock? Oh, the six. Have you heard that one? You've heard that one.
I've heard that one, unfortunately.
Wrong generation. I'm sorry, Marcus.
Yeah, y'all should really take that back. Y'all should really reclaim that.
I heard people in Atlanta were mad, like they're the 6 first, and Toronto needs to shut up.
That's zone 6. It'll be zone 6. Oh no. Well, again, I'm not from Atlanta, so let them tell it. I guess you guys y'all can scrap it out about that.
Yeah. Answer this question that I put on Twitter. Which movie promotion track stands on top? All right. Actually, before I give you the 4 options I narrowed it down to, let me just let you freestyle off the top of your head. Movies that had a song related to it, and in the music video it was scenes from the movie. Like, what is the top best song?
Any genre, any genre.
Yeah, you can go Celine Dion, Titanic. Where do you want to take it?
Yeah, Celine Dion, Titanic is up there. Armageddon. I don't want to close my eyes. That one. I don't know who that is.
Because I miss you, babe, and I don't.
I miss you, babe. Yeah.
That was for the movie Armageddon. That was a movie song.
Yeah, I thought that was on that soundtrack.
All right. I remember Will Smith had the Men in Black Nod Your Head. That's not on my list, but I remember that song
for sure. Or even the Men in Black SWV. You had the ending of Set It Off. I always think of that movie when I hear that song. I'll fly away. I'll find a way to get through. That one where they showing the montage of how everybody died and stuff.
And you got all the lyrics correct too.
Hey, broke clock twice a day. What else?
Keisha Cole and Sean Paul for Step It Up.
Fuck Step It Up.
I think, but I don't know the words. I know Keisha's part. A woman of my own, I got it going on, and like how I see you, and I don't want to be alone. Your illusion make me spam back and forth and up and down and left and right away. That one.
If we can drop into the animated space, I can go Find Where I Belong with Hercules.
When we go animated, it's
all over the place. That's why I was asking where are we going here. Yeah,
the Tarzan one with my boy Phil Collins.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah.
Anime doesn't count. Back to live action.
Anime doesn't count
because none of those were the 4 on my list. All right, here's my 4 on the list. Oh, actually, let me read the chat. I don't want to neglect you people. You guys are all here, messaging us. What's up, Groovy Fee and Naries and Blue and East Bay Jada, Jay.
What up, Blue?
Perfect attendance from the usuals. Zone 6 is just a section in the A. All right. Darius needs to answer for the Nicki Minaj heel turn. We took off her super chat little thing with the boys.
I need to answer her heel turn.
I know Darius. Darius is not gonna come on here and say, "Well, hold on, the jury is still out." I know where he's going.
No, he didn't already killed her on Twitter, so I have a feeling I already know where sentiment is going. It's just funny. It's just funny.
Faith Evans, hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today.
Yeah. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away. That's a good one. Oh.
Freedom Riders.
My favorite movie. Yeah, no. Remember the Titans. Ain't no mountain high. Ain't no valley low. Ain't no river wide enough, baby.
Was that already a song though?
Yeah, that movie came out? Yeah, but most of these songs were already made before the movies put them in there. It just kind of synonymously known because of the moment. At least that's what I thought we were doing.
No, I'll take it because I do synonymate. That's synonymate. I associate.
You associate. There you go.
Yeah, they're synonymous. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a hit song too. Like they had a couple of songs in Remember the Titans that they would sing and everywhere we go. Where else? Where else we going? Freedom Riders, I said, right? Just any type of song that plays at the end of the movie where they got the fonts and they describe what happens to the character.
I'm trying to more like end of movie montage, like singing situations.
Is Missing You? Is this the song about Puff? Biggie? Because two of you said
I
it.
don't know what movie we're talking about.
Yeah. Isaac Hayes' Walk On By, Dead Presidents. I don't know this one.
Good one.
What movie?
Dead Presidents.
I don't think I saw it.
It's about the military guys bringing the drugs back over after they left the war.
Happy New Year's. Transformers, you got the cut. You got the power. I know the song because of Fatal J. I know it. Hello, Tony. They're all great. Powerline from a Goofy movie. We said,
man, tell him, Josh. Tell him. When we listen to each other's eyes, we find a level to fall apart. I'm gonna do Powerline. What do they call it? A cosplay. That's gonna be one of the Halloweens on stream. You heard it here first.
For the first time ever.
We did the clips.
Set it off. Ain't no way I'll do a stream without talking about the Damson news. We can do Damson, but like
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Well, and what are we gonna say you haven't already heard? You know,
for sure.
Oh,
for sure.
We got an early super chat.
Go ahead. Let's get it.
Which is funny because that's a song from Fast and Furious 8, and Fast and Furious is on my list of songs of movies.
When I See You Again, that's up there.
Arthur Rose, hello, $2 super. He says the best anime original soundtrack is Attack on Titan for me. Yes.
I mean, for the sheer lack of catalog of animes, for me, it has to be Attack on Titan. So I'll concede that point.
Yeah, I'm also someone who doesn't watch everyone. I saw Dragon Ball. I saw all the Naruto. I respect Attack on Titan. Naruto is gold tier status. Nothing beats that. Like I associate sadness and sorrow. That's the name of the song. And nothing beats Naruto, but Attack on Titan is great, phenomenal,
for sure.
Sasageyo, Shinsei Sasageyo. That was it, right? With their heart on the chest. I remember that. Thank you for the super. Arthur.
No. Dog, we left out if we talking about songs, epic songs.
Yes.
But you're not gonna come along with me on this one.
What?
Game of Thrones, The Reigns of Castamere. Like we could go. Oh, you could go. You could do Hunger Games. What's that song? Are you coming in the trees? They hung up a man. They say he murdered 3.
Strange things have happened here. Stranger would it be if I came?
Are you in the hanging
tree?
Yeah, that was that shit. Then The Reigns of Castamere go hard too. It's a very sad song when you actually learn the history of it. But yeah, man, there's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of songs.
My list was See You Again, and then I had Shake Your Tail Feather, Bad Boys 2. I had Lose Yourself, Eminem.
That was a moment. These kids will never know what Shake Your Tail Feather did to us back in the mid 2000s. They have no idea, nor will they ever know.
Lose Yourself, Eminem for 8 Mile.
I
saw him performing that on an award show like last year. That song, and he did it.
There are arguments that song still to this day is like a large percentage of Eminem's legendary status. You could make that argument. I don't make that argument, but I feel like it could be made that if that isn't there in unison with the movie at that time, probably not looking at Eminem the same.
And then Seal, Batman Forever, Kiss from a Rose.
That's a banger. Epic song. I don't know if I associate it with the movie though.
You didn't see the music video.
Okay. I mean, again, I just don't know. Out of knee-jerk reaction, I think of Batman Forever when I hear that song.
I hear you.
I could be wrong. Chat, let me know. Am I off base?
That was fun. Didn't think we'd go there. I got Tori and Rain Reloaded joining in. He'll be here. I think he's doing another stream right now, but he'll pop in. But we don't need him. We got supers. We got one of the Lawrences who watch us. Hi, Lawrence. How you doing? For the Doomsday Fund, he drops 10 on the stream.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, very appreciated, man. Everyone, Lawrence, you need a channel so I can say subscribe to Lawrence or something. I don't know, Twitter account. Is this some way I can like pay you back because you're very giving. Thank you. Chillmonger would include a Diddy song in the list. Yeah, it is a Diddy song, but it's like Nelly and Murphy Lee is there too, and Diddy barely says anything. Now when them girl
I
get
forgot he was
down,
even in that song.
come on, like I dance the when you fit in the band to the flow, take it low, girl, do it again. I'm gonna separate the artist from the art, right? And it's not like he wasn't Diddy back then too.
Yeah, I mean, plead the fifth on that one.
Shout out to the Hulkster, the Hollywood Hulkster, baby. Separate the art from the artist. And Jim Ross.
Not doing that one. Not doing that one. Jim Ross hurt. That one hurt my soul.
Devon and Maven.
Big fan, man.
Yesterday, they talked about it yesterday and like gave every detail. This is what happened. This is who was there. This is what JR said. He was drinking when he said it. And we know that's truth serum. And he gave us everything JR did wrong. And and they said like he already had a reputation. All the brothers knew he had a reputation in the locker room. So like I'm gonna be inclined to believe Devon.
To believe it. Oh yeah. Because first of all, that they don't. We're breaking kayfabe on a lot of things these days, but they don't do that. They don't come out and be like, "Hey, this guy's a racist, and this guy's cheating on his wife, and this guy." Like they don't do that. They don't dig too deep into the personal unless you've really opened them up or there's really beef between two individuals. So to hear it so consistently is really heartbreaking, man. Especially, I feel like I was just talking to you a few months about like, why isn't WWE like acknowledging his cancer battle or nothing? You feel like it'd be a easy thing to kind of just like do a tribute or I don't know, drum up some positive PR. Fuck him, I guess. Yeah.
He just did commentary in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Darius was at AEW yesterday, and he saw it live.
You said who was at AEW?
Darius was not at All Elite Wrestling, but they were in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where Darius, the state Darius resides in.
What do you think? Before you move on from that, because I got to catch you on wrestling while I can. What do you think about the call up placements? Javon Evans on Raw with maybe Obafemi and then Trick Williams on SmackDown. What do you think?
I want the last two men in the Royal Rumble to be Javon Evans and Obafemi, or Trick Williams, interchangeable. Any one of them.
That'd be crazy. That'd be nuts.
It'll be signifying like no matter who wins this Royal Rumble, we've decided the future is now, and NXT is unwatchable, bro. I got Tavion Heights who I can watch, but really, there's really no skilled Black pro wrestlers in developmental anymore. But that's the point.
TNA.
Oh, TNA's got
you got the guy, the champion.
Yeah, the X Division champion, Leon Slater. Yeah, man. The man NXT was really they were putting up some good people here. A couple people 2004 got CW in the funnel, I think. What's that? You cut off. It was 2004 CW.
What was
NXT? There's just a lot of black talent there. There still is. I'm not saying that Dark States isn't. One-on-one, Moesha, Parker's. You know what I meant. But yeah, that's the wrestle talk. Let's go to another super. It comes from Lawrence for the Brand New Day Fund. Hey, love it. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Movie, we haven't
Definitely
seen a
a
trailer
factor,
yet.
yeah.
We have not officially
Well,
seen the trailer yet. It's coming out in
just the
July.
leak stuff.
Yeah, we're 6 months away from it. If I'm them, I do it before the Super Bowl, and then you do like the 30-second cut of for Super Bowl Sunday. That's what I would do if I was them. That's what they probably will do because they did it with Deadpool, Wolverine, and every other July movie.
Do you think that the fact that they started showing Doomsday trailers before Spider-Man implies something about the story?
No,
No?
no,
I
no,
feel
no.
like it should. I feel like it should. Let us theorize, damn it.
It's just a matter of marketing that movie and how many stakes are behind it. Devon Dudley low-key deserves it for that Reverend Devon face he had. Hey, what if the guy booking it is the reason for
Facts.
that? Like he split
He
up
just want to check.
Bubba and
He want to
Devon.
get paid.
Yeah, man, Jim Ross. Nothing gets past me with Jim Ross. WWE is trash. It's horrible, man. I'm into AEW much more. I think there's parts of AEW that are trash also. Not Mercedes Moné, but I think there's parts that are trash. Just choose the parts that you do like from WWE. And like the Royal Rumble coming up in 2-3 weeks. We're going to say we don't want to see Hornswoggle return or, Chris Jericho or whoever surprise returns. That's not trash.
So since we're still talking about this, I'm going to take this opportunity to say how stupid it was for them to launch a show. And I'm speaking low because my son's in the other room. To launch a show that peels back the veil on the entire business. Like, obviously, we know what the quote unquote truth is about professional wrestling. It is the dumbest thing in the world to constantly put it in the face of people, right? I don't think people were this critical of wrestling 5 years ago. I don't think they were this critical 2 years ago. And as we're getting more critical, as they're starting to break it down like an actual sport, you want to put a television show where you're explaining exactly how the sausage is made. You can't unsee it now. So now an already hypercritical product is being overanalyzed even more. And you're trying to monetize the X's and O's of it. Like, leave that alone, man. That should be a mystery because now we know exactly how stupid you are. Now we know exactly how you're making these missed decisions, and it's just like it's not necessary. I don't think that should be a part of this.
And Wolverine agrees. WWE Uncut is a no-no for the business of wrestling. It's called Unreal. I agree with you got to preserve the mystery of it and not give that.
That's the whole point. That's what we're showing up for.
Yeah. If you're going to do this also, how about WWE Real? How about one that is completely kayfabe and you just follow these guys like they're really, I really hate that guy. That got under my skin. Oh, I'll watch that too. I'll watch that for sure.
Everybody has a podcast now. Everybody's their real self when we're not seeing them in the ring. And it's taking us out of the thing that we are all trying to enjoy. They're like jarring us out of it constantly.
Torian, what's your relationship with wrestling? Do you watch it?
Not anymore. I haven't watched wrestling since I was in college. And I graduated in 2011.
So Undertaker was still undefeated in 2011.
Yeah, and the thing is, I had stopped watching wrestling for a little bit, but it was somebody I went to college with, and they used to always watch Monday Night Raw, so they kind of got me back into it for maybe like another year or two, and then I just stopped altogether. And it's crazy because where I work at, they the first year that I started working there, they had Monday Night Raw there, and it's crazy how all of it was set up. I mean, seeing it in person is one thing when you see it in person, but when you actually are working the event and actually seeing the setup before the show starts, it's crazy. Because what happened was, when I got there, they had all the curtains closed because they didn't want anybody looking inside. But I said, F that. I said, I'm gonna be a rebel. I kind of peeked in a little bit, and I saw this guy standing there, and he had on some, it looked like he had some Vans on, some cargo shorts, and a t-shirt and a baseball cap. And I couldn't tell who it was because his back was turned. But then when he turned around, it was Undertaker. And it kind of blew my mind a little bit because we're so used to seeing him in the all black, the hat, the tank top, the leather jacket, and all of that. So it was kind of crazy seeing him just dressed down as a regular person. But they were going over their script, like what they was going to do. And it's crazy because we was there to work Monday Night Raw, but they actually what they did was they filmed things for Main Event.
Yeah.
Then when they were done filming for Main Event, they took the curtains off. Then they switched the set around a little bit, and then they did SmackDown. Then when that was done, then they went into Monday Night Raw. So Main Event so Main Event, SmackDown were all pre-recorded stuff that they did. That wasn't live for whenever they did their live version. That was just something they just inserted in there. But the Monday Night Raw part was all live. That was
what year was
all
this?
live. This was back in like 2014, 15. Somewhere around that time.
Was it around the holidays when it happened?
It might have been 2014.
That's my question. It was probably like a holidays edition or something where they had next week off or something.
When they go through their holiday tours, they record in clumps that they get a little break.
It might, you know what, it might have been, because I think it might have been cold around that time when they did that. But that was the only one I worked. But you know what's so crazy? I missed a major opportunity to work John Cena's last match. My job won the bid for the Main Event, which was John Cena's last match, but I didn't work it because I was supposed to go somewhere, but where I was going ended up getting canceled. So I was like, damn. I was mad because I was actually going to work that because I hadn't worked a wrestling event in years. I said, but I would work that one, but then I saw it was on a Saturday, and I was like, I'm supposed to be doing something that day, but then it got canceled, and I couldn't go and add myself back to the schedule because it was full. So I missed out on it. Yeah, DC won the bid for his last match, and I didn't get a chance to see it in person. But you know it is.
I didn't know they was doing that. TKO bid off the location for his last match.
It was supposed to be Boston, and then Verizon Center or MCI, whatever it's called, the DC.
Wow.
What's it called? MCI Center?
It's called Capital One Arena. It used to be MCI Center way back then, and then it became Verizon. Now it's Capital One.
Oh, so I got every name but. I'm sorry.
This is the most recent name change right here.
Oh, where are we going to begin with this one? Let's have some fun. Let's go to James Gunn's favorite hip hop songs.
Jesus. Marcus, I see you getting out in the trenches over there on Twitter.
Oh, you know I gotta get in there. You know what I mean?
Y'all are going crazy over there, and I don't even know how some people popped up on my timeline because I'm not following y'all. But
Mirror it's like by Night and Tina had like 75 notifications in that thread, just going all night. They having conversations so far down from what it started on. They ain't even talking about Black Panther no more. they were just gabbing. All right, my bad. Y'all go.
It's all good. So it's a 3-man stream. James Gunn here. These are his favorite 2025 hip hop songs, and he goes, "The old guard is dead." He goes, "Sorry, I'm not even playing the right Instagram post. Hold on a minute. It wasn't that one. It was this one. You can't see because I'm not sharing."
Tina said, "Don't talk about me without an invite." Her ears was perking.
That's why I wasn't saying that bad. I'm just saying you and Mira was going at it.
This is the one I was looking for. James Gunn's favorite indie songs. Copy, paste, and should be on screen now. I hope it's on screen.
It is.
Yeah, but this isn't the page I was looking at. I think I got to log into Instagram. We'll do this next week. Forget it. Next topic. Let's talk about.
He said, "F it, I'm not logging in right now. Let's put it to next week."
Let's just do it next week, bro. Let's just do Cross because I got to see the trailer. I did not watch it. Torian linked me.
I tagged all of you. I did watch it. It looks very good. Like, I mean, well worthy because it got greenlit for that second season before the first season even started. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets greenlit for a third season.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. That is the closest thing to a premium series on Prime. The closest thing. It's higher quality than The Boys. It's higher quality in terms of storytelling. I feel like it's even elevated from Invincible. It is the premier show on Prime, bar none. For sure.
And it looks like they threw them a bigger budget for this season too, just based on this trailer.
Because they know what they got.
Appreciate it, Lawrence.
They know what they got.
If you guys like his voice, subscribe to Torian Rain Reloaded to hear his voice all day. Someone actually twittered you and they were like, you got to review movies, and you said you don't want to burn yourself out.
No, they were saying I should create do a YouTube channel that's just based on talking about movies or movie reviews. And I said I didn't want to burn myself out because it's like, because I got with the main channel, then I got my Patreon and everything like that. So that would be a lot. That would be a lot. That's why when I review movies, it's not like a lot of people don't know. I see a lot of movies that I don't review on the channel. There's only certain movies on that I will review, like if it's something I really, really want to talk about. Like when I did Avatar, I didn't even do a full-blown review. I just did a 3-minute short, and that was enough for me.
Because they don't be wanting to hear about everything. They don't watch everything, so they don't want to hear about
exactly.
You did Sinners. You definitely did Sinners.
No. Oh yeah. Well, see, the thing is, you know my audience. They was looking forward to that. Just like when the Michael Jackson biopic come out, they going to definitely look forward for. First of all, when that comes out, that might be a whole live stream. That I don't think I can conduce that to just a pre-recorded video when that movie comes out. That has to be a live stream for that one.
Profess says the only black male lead I see on TV. You must be talking about Aldous Hodge playing Cross. I'm sure he's not the only one. There's the one on Paradise. Morris Chestnut plays one. Race swap. There's he plays Watson from Sherlock Holmes.
Is that what that show's about? I didn't think it was about Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, unless I'm mistaken. I don't know. I heard it was.
I have no idea. I've never seen
it. Yeah, that's the name of the show. It's called Watson.
The Sherlock Holmes Watson, right?
Hold on, I gotta.
If it is, then I'm right. But if it isn't, I might need to watch the show. but Lawrence, there are other black leads.
Yeah, it is. It says it is. It's based off of Sherlock Holmes. Yeah, it's a separate story. It's in the Sherlock Holmes universe, but it's yeah.
Let's check out this Cross trailer.
You know, it must be so hard for you. Sign up to fight for truth and justice. But do you know what that badge in your pocket makes you?
In this job, some days you are the difference.
Don't you know no one alive can always
There he is. Detective Alex Cross, MPD's resident genius.
When everything goes wrong, you see something.
Are you familiar with Lance Duran, Crestbrook Industries?
We will end world hunger forever.
Someone's trying to kill him. This will be a joint investigation with the FBI.
So we're partners.
What was in the box?
My position, you're going to make enemies along the way.
Someone's out for revenge. Not the first time something like that went down.
You know exactly where it cut. There's someone who's done it before.
Stop. Zoom in. Who is she?
Our manhunt is now a woman hunt.
This killer doesn't make mistakes.
Everybody makes mistakes sooner or later. We just need to find the right button and press it.
Well, let's go press some buttons. There has to be an order, a plan. The fingers are the key. Uncontrollable rage.
The fingers?
What you got, sugar? She's killing everyone on that list.
Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. And then sometimes again it seems that all
With an active serial killer on the loose, don't you have a responsibility to tell the public? Alex, it's a bad system.
But can I stop it?
You can pretend that you're one of the good guys.
How long did you know? I'm sorry, man.
That is a dangerous miscalculation.
Hey, Bobby.
It's me against the whole world at this point.
What happens next is up to you.
Alex Cross, on the top!
I hate these things.
Don't let me be misunderstood.
I want justice.
Tarot cards and all that stuff. I hate that. Looks like he got a promotion though. He's like super cop. What is he? Oh, he comes the
tarot cards. What's wrong?
Maybe
with
he
tarot
becomes.
cards?
Maybe he becomes the chief because the other chief is trying to become the mayor now.
Don't ignore my question. What's wrong with the tarot cards?
I just hate any sort of mysticism type of like candles. Oh, we're gonna mystical things. I don't like. I'm good with Harry Potter, and that's it.
I could say some things about that, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Planet Fanatics, mic check.
And in comes Chipmunks' arch nemesis. They're each other's arch nemesis.
Me and Darius are on the same team. By the way, nice setup.
Oh
I
yeah,
can't hear you. You're muted.
back like you never left.
You're still muted.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Right
hear you
now.
now.
Can't
But
hear you
I
now.
think it's from your webcam, though.
Yeah. Did you add me to the stage?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't ready. Let me see.
I could remove you and you can come back later.
Yeah, I'll come back because I'm trying to figure.
Or he is removed.
He got him off mid sentence.
He said, yeah. Well, we got Alex Cross over here, the Aldous Highs.
Don't do that shit.
And of course, I'm gonna have a bias. And I said it when the first season was on. Of course, I'm gonna have a little bias to the show because it is shot in DC. Even though I don't live in DC, I live close to it.
Those are the Toronto subways. Don't tell me that that's DC subway. This is base station.
I know that. Well, I know that's not DC.
This more of it is shot where I am from than where you're from, Tori. You just need to relax. And
More of it's shot where I'm from than where you're from.
Hey, keep it quiet over there at the bus. When something's shot where you're from, we can give you your points.
First of all of Ready Player One was based in Columbus, Ohio, buddy. What y'all got, a Drake movie?
Yeah, it's called Degrassi Goes Hollywood. Yes. Degrassi Goes to Manhattan, actually. Thank you very much. Yes. Shoot. So I was gonna say something smart.
I see they got Matthew Lillard in here, so that's a nice little addition.
Yep.
Did they show too much, like revealing fingers and then the X-ray of the fingers and then telling us the fingers point to it? That just makes me, when I watch the show, think about the fingers a lot, and maybe I should. Maybe I should.
We don't know when this is going to come up.
Yeah, we don't know what episode. We don't know what episode this is going to happen in.
Also, a lot of the questions I had coming into season 2, I have even more questions now. Right? I was really on girls. What's the white girl who was helping them with all the technology stuff? Yeah, right. So obviously she was intelligence at the end of the end of season 1. I think she showed that. But how did that play into what Cross had going on? Is she using Cross to like feed information to bigger operations going on? Is Cross in the crosshairs of somebody? Right? Like, is this newer villain from this season? Was that her target this entire time, and she knew it? She was watching, or that the tarot card chick was watching Cross. Like, at first, I thought she was the bad guy, but now I'm thinking, no, she's an intelligent. She's a tool. Who's using her and for what reason? Yeah,
the bad guy's the one with the candles using blood to X out people on a snake and on Clefairy and all the other.
King's Protocol, you are absolutely wrong. Absolutely. Or you could be right. Just don't complain about nothing else that's black on TV. I don't want to hear it.
Apparently, I don't know if y'all also saw, but I think they say Yaya is supposed to be playing Creasy in the Man on Fire series that's coming to Netflix.
I see you post about that. Cool. So
yeah, I had tagged you with it.
So I feel like anytime I've ever heard about that character, it was a black man on screen. So I mean, if it's a race swap, it's kind of news to me.
Man. Yeah, that's that. Of course, Denzel played him in the movie.
I was about to say, like, I love Man on Fire.
That was a good movie.
It's a Denzel Washington classic. So if they're recreating it, this is just one of those instances, and this is probably like the only veer off point where me and Chill, kind of split ways on the race swap things, is that you can't deny success. And so Man on Fire, to me, recreating that character, Creasy, as a black man seems kind of, it seems more than necessary. It seems like it has to happen.
Oh, Has that?
Lauren said if
I
Denzel
mean, it
played the
did,
character,
you
it's
know?
black now.
Yeah, he's black now. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no going back. Ain't no going back. But
Because now everyone's gonna associate that character with Denzel.
With the black
as
man.
far as the original goes.
Now that is the exception and not the rule. It is definitely the exception and not the rule.
I'll take that, Marcus.
Yeah, that's where we at.
Nowhere. I'll take it. It's the exception. You're not like you're clarifying this only the exception to the rule. Yes, Man on Fire is tight. So is American Gangster. Yeah.
Man on a run and a heart in a sling. Oh yeah, appreciate you.
Let's go to a super tat. I am too fly. Stephen A. Smith. Him and Nikki are pathetic. Who's more pathetic? Because I saw Stephen A. Smith be early to the party to condemn and say something like the police, they were acting within the law and just volunteering an opinion, not about Draymond
about
Green
the lady who got shot.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm too fly. I think Stephen A. Smith. Maybe Nikki upsets me more though. But maybe that's misogyny? Do we have less tolerance for the lady? I don't know.
No, I think Stephen A. Smith's. I think his ambitions are for political office. I think Nicki Minaj's ambitions is just association. I don't think she wants anything tangible.
Her ambitions are a pardon for her brother and her husband.
Maybe, right? But I mean, she seemed to have been comfortable with that situation this entire time, anyways. So she ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? He out and they living their lives.
And she's technically still more so a Trinidadian citizen than she's a U.S. citizen because she can't even vote.
Yikes. Well, my thing is that I think her angle is elevation through association. I think in the political circles that she was playing around with on the Democratic side for all those years, got her to where it could get her. It stalled her out. Rap community is not respecting her the way it wants to be. So let me pivot over here. Let me, sing Mammy and tap dance a little bit, and they'll push me up a little bit higher than what I was over there. That's always been Nikki's thing. Like she feels like she's not treated the way that she should be by like she wants to be treated like Jay-Z. She wants to be treated like her male counterpart on the label, Drake, right? So it's always a thing of trying to get to a higher level of recognition with her. And so I think this is just another path, right? Like I've done everything I can do to climb this route on the left. Let me go ahead and play righty a little bit and see if it gets me even further.
In other words, she's grifting.
Yeah, for sure. She don't believe a word that's coming out of her mouth. But at the same time, if you're going to spit it, you can spit it. You know, that is your ideology. For sure.
Alex Cross comes to Amazon Prime in February 10. I might have the wrong date. I might have the wrong date.
We gotta do something, man. We gotta have like a weekly meetup.
Discussion?
We gotta talk about the episodes. Yeah, we gotta do something.
I plan to do it. So
what day? What day does it release every day?
That's a Wednesday.
Perfect. Next day on the Pantheon. Cross out Thursdays.
Nah, I'm gonna do individual sure, yeah, but in addition to it, I'll do.
I was gonna say we're already going to be here. You didn't have to think about it that much. Just a little bit of promotion. That's all.
Yeah, if you're a fan of the Amazon Prime show Cross, check it out and check.
It's really good.
They've got something else coming out with Method Man and with Kelly Rowland. Did you see that?
I did see that. Yeah. It's like I think it's like a romance,
goals, right?
Like a romance type movie.
Yes, and it is called Relationship Goals. Whoops. There we go.
Showrunner at MediaCorp. The question isn't who's going to let me, who's going to stop me.
The higher-ups want to bring in another candidate.
What? I didn't get the job. Now it's between me and Jared Roy.
They have history. Like history?
We dated, and that's why I have a list.
College graduate, proper dental hygiene. What?
I know what I want, and I know what I don't.
It's good to see you.
Those soulful eyes, that chiseled jawline, and those washboard abs.
Whose team are you guys on?
So let's hear your pitches for Valentine's Day.
This book changed my life. It's about helping people succeed in love by using their faith.
Leah, you're going to produce this with Jared?
What?
It's my story. She still wants me.
Do you have feelings for him? Yes. Anger.
I want this job, and I go after what I want.
I'm panicking.
You need to find your inner peace.
Dating around might be fun, but I promise you, it's gonna leave you feeling empty.
What if that person's just empty?
Don't listen to him.
Ladies, this book is speaking to me. We all need to fix our aim.
If I found someone who fit the list, and my aim is
Think like a man.
So Team Denial has entered the group chat. Word.
I'm walking a different path now. Dating with a purpose.
you're still a player.
But I'm gonna get to know each other for 90 days. No pressure, no sex.
Do you mind if I just...
I'm gonna die alone.
Did I tell you what Dan did?
Is it worse than me getting ghosted?
Got ghosted.
Excuse me.
We don't know this man.
See you on the plane, Queen.
People change, figure out who is worth investing their time in.
Is it hot in here?
We are going clubbing and we're gonna have some fun.
You guys ready to bounce?
Yes.
Absolutely. I thought you'd never ask.
What do you say we take the night off from being mortal enemies?
One condition. We go back to hating each other tomorrow.
Text from Candace Dancing Girl. Thinking about you, Big Daddy.
No, disconnect.
Don't leave her hanging, Big Daddy.
And it's got a movie song, "Complicated" by Kelly Rowland.
Nice.
I'm all for another black love story. That's another type of movie that's missing when you're talking about like within a genre of movies. Like those type of movies are not out there like that. As a matter of fact, not to like change subject but stay on subject, Halle Bailey got a romance type movie coming out in a couple months.
Is that the thing she was shooting for Pharrell and some other people that it got stopped for a little while?
I know
it's a musical, right?
And no, it's not a musical. It's like a romance movie, and I think they shot it overseas, if I'm not mistaken. I think the trailer's online too. If Chill wants to pull it up.
Well, what's the name of it?
It's called You, Me, and Tuscany.
Oh yeah. I remember. Like she goes to like her is it her boyfriend's family house and just like ends up staying out there or something like that, and then meets a cousin or some shit.
I forgot what the premise of it is.
So let me get this straight. You mean some red?
This is a month old.
So let me get this straight. You mean some random rich white boy? He's Italian.
Salute.
So some random rich spicy white boy.
Matteo.
And you think that that's a sign to fly to Italy tonight?
It's not about him. He doesn't even live there anymore. But he told me about his big old villa just sitting there.
Empty.
Don't come calling me from no Tuscan jail.
First time to Tuscany?
My first time pretty much anywhere. Hello? Who leaves an engagement ring in a junk drawer?
What are you doing here? Arresti questa donna.
This is all a really big misunderstanding.
Dio mio. She's marrying Matteo.
Yes, I'm marrying Matteo.
What
do I do?
You can pretend to be his fiance, or you go to prison. Either way, it's very romantic.
Anna, this is Michael, my nephew.
I gotta get out of here. Oh!
Buongiorno. Gabriella wants to give you a tour of the vineyard.
Why?
Aren't you getting married there?
Oh. I used to dream of working in a place like this.
You're a chef? You belong here.
EDG is gonna hate this.
Okay, you pretended to be the white Italian man's fiance, but ended up catching feelings for the black Italian cousin brother? Oh, this some Shonda Rhimes shit.
It's like he just suddenly turned up out of nowhere.
I gotta tell them the truth.
You got this.
Will your mama be coming?
I don't have.
Una familia?
You do now. This is too much.
You deserve to live your life the way you want it.
Is that rain?
Oh my gosh. You can eat, pray, and
This
love me,
sizzle
baby.
shot.
Mateo, what are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Story by Ryan Engel. Hey,
Yeah.
Phil Williams.
I kind of prefer the premise of the first movie. It doesn't require anyone to be like a habitual liar. But I was gonna say when we got done with relationship goals, that movie feels like a movie that hasn't or a type of movie that hasn't been made in a long time. Right? Like I see that movie, I think of Two Can Play That Game, The Best Man, The Wood, the what's
This
the
is
shit
Think Like a
Gabrielle
Man.
Union and what's that?
Think Like a
Yeah.
Man.
There you go. Think Like a Man is another one was like that. But like it's been a while, right? Since we've seen two black characters, two black love interests, you know, kind of working through relationships in life on the big screen. It's been a little bit. I think Lisa Ray probably was the last one with the Photograph. It was an okay movie, but yeah, that was.
Oh, I
the
know
last
it.
one.
The one with her and Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah, yep. It was all right.
And you know how many years that's been a few years since that movie came out.
Deliver Us from Eva was another one. Yeah, LL Cool J and Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union, man. Gabrielle Union at that time felt like she was like one of the biggest black female stars. And it just like at some point it kind of evened out. It kind of like leveled out a bit. But back then, boy, she was everywhere. She was the love interest on every black aspiring male actor back then. LL, Jamie Foxx, Morris Chestnut. I mean, it was a proverbial who's.
And then she was gone in a flash.
Like the Avatar.
Flash like Dwayne Wade.
I didn't pick up on it.
How many of you guys saw on Netflix the brand new show His and Hers? I got to watch the first episode. It stars John Bernthal as the male, and on the lady side, Tessa Thompson.
They're exes, right? Ex-husband, ex-wife. I've seen the preview. I haven't watched the show.
Yeah, they shouldn't have given that away, that little twist in the preview in the trailer. But yes, they're together, and there's a relationship history there, and it's just a murder mystery, bro, and nothing too complicated about that. It's just murder, and Tessa Thompson's in charge, and she does her thing. I'd say watch more of it. How many of you have seen episode 1 of?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Just came out today, so I mean I don't blame anybody. January 8th.
It's funny you bring up like murder mystery because have y'all seen Wake Up Dead Man?
Wake Up Dead Man.
That's also it's the third one in the Knives Out franchise.
Yes, hell yeah. Benoit LeBlanc.
I enjoyed that movie. I enjoy the Knives Out movies. I honestly like all of them, like Knives Out, Glass Onion, and I like Wake Up Dead Man.
I don't know what it is about Rian Johnson in Star Wars movies, but he is excellent when he's
with these Knives Out movies. Like this
he's
right here,
so good when he's not doing that.
This is his lane. Like he needs to stick with doing these type of movies. Because it, like, if y'all have not watched Wake Up Dead Man, please watch it. It is
watch
such
it.
a good movie.
If you haven't seen Glass Onion, go see Glass Onion.
Glass Onion was really good. It was really good. It was so good. And what I like about it is people think they can go into these movies and they're going to figure it out. You don't figure it out. I promise you. You cannot.
Every which way.
It's like okay. It's like I know you're not going to get me this time. You're going to put this out there and make it seem like it's this person, but you're not going to get me because I know it's not this person. I bet you it's this person, but then we be wrong. And by the time we get halfway through the movie, I just throw my hands up, wave the white flag, and said, you know what? I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I give up.
I wait for the reveal.
You are so right about that, and that's why I was going so hard in them comments yesterday, because don't give me fucking lazy ass storytelling or writing and then tell me that that's justification for like overriding lore. Like, what Rian Johnson does in his movies puts other creators to shame because he's leading you in certain directions without saying it, without talking, without putting it front and center or zooming in on it or hand holding you through the steps. He leads you there by what you think you picking up on your own. And then all of a sudden he turns it on his head and we're going in a completely different direction. It's masterful. And then I have to sit up here and argue with folks. Well, technically, and Rich, shut up. Tell him to write it better. Tell him to write some shit like this.
And then on top of that, like not only that, but Rian Johnson, it's like I don't know how he does it, but he manages to get some of the biggest top actors to be in his movies. And I'm not talking about getting 5 people. He'd be getting like 10 people at a time and just
Josh
putting them
Brolin,
in.
Glenn Close, Mila Kunis,
Kerry Washington.
Kerry Washington was in this movie. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was Jeffrey Wright. Yeah, he was in there.
They did American Fiction together. He was a producer on that.
Yeah, American Fiction. Yep. Yeah, but Rian Johnson, these Knives Out movies, this is his lane right here. Like this is what works for him.
No, Star Wars has made me not want to support this dude. If I didn't see American Fiction first and then the credits rolled and it said Rian Johnson, what? Which Rian Johnson? No, he only spells his name that way. It's got to be that Rian Johnson. If I didn't see that movie and I knew it was he was in charge of it, I wouldn't have given it a chance. It's a good movie.
We'll see that. Look, there you go. You ended up watching it anyway, and it was a good movie.
Very good.
Super chat.
Money big, twin Glocks, feeling live. Niggas hate, Uncle Tom, spin them off me, carousel, get them off me, go to hell.
Lawrence, $10 says, Happy New Year for the Odyssey / the Doomsday Fund.
Appreciate
that pot gonna be weighed down, by the time those 2 movies come out.
Man.
Also, when I went to go did any of y'all go see Avatar Fire and Ash?
I haven't seen it yet.
Not yet.
Okay, well, when I went to go see it, Christopher Nolan, he surprisingly just gave a treat to the whole audience, and he dropped like this whole 5-minute, maybe 5-minute plus clip from the Odyssey in the theaters. And the thing is, to this day, they have not released that clip online. So it must have been a thing that was just exclusive that you had to see it while watching Avatar. And it was like literally a whole scene. It was the scene where they're getting inside of the horse. They're getting out of the horse, the Trojan horse, and getting inside, and they have a whole battle. It's like a whole scene that he released, and then it goes into a trailer that they never released. So you had to watch Avatar Fire and Ash to see that clip and that trailer all at one time. And it was fire. It was epic. It was fire.
Could I present an alternate theory on why that is? That maybe the company who is having all of their trailers leaked is maybe opening up the cracks to have those trailers leaked all over the internet because it's helping.
Right.
I think when it was if it happens to one trailer, okay, it got out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then
but
they leak the whole schedule of them, and you don't change not a bit.
Nothing. They didn't change nothing.
Yeah, that sounds like a leak.
The Odyssey trailer leaked as well. I have it.
You got it?
Recorded it.
They definitely didn't go viral like the Doomsday trailers because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, no, it leaked as well.
But I am looking forward to Odyssey. I remember reading that when I was in high school, and it was in our book that had all these other stories in it. And I remember the Odyssey being the longest story. Like that, the Odyssey is a long story. It is a very long story. Like when in the Odyssey, basically all it means is a journey, and that story did feel like a journey because I don't know how many pages it took us about a month to get through that one story, the whole book. Like it's a very long book. So I trust Christopher Nolan is gonna, knock this one out of the park. He tends to be one of those directors that you can pretty much depend on to make a good film.
How do you think they're going to handle some of the mythological stuff? Like obviously the Cyclops is a big part of this saga.
That was in the trailer. They kind of showed the silhouette of the Cyclops.
We could assume it was a Cyclops, but like, do you think it's going to be like a real life 8-foot monster with one eye, or do you think they're just going to like?
For all we know, they probably could have built a practical looking one, and they probably CGI maybe the face. Like,
no, that's not what I mean.
Like
I mean, in terms of how he's going to present it, is it going to be like, oh well, humans, because they had a lack of knowledge, viewed abnormalities on other human beings as being like a monster or a mutant, or are they literally going to have a full blown Cyclops in there?
I actually hope they have the full blown Cyclops.
Because why not? He looked like a full blown Cyclops.
I mean, why not? I mean, go the distance, go all the way.
Who has a better Cyclops, Odyssey or the X-Men?
Stop. That's crazy. Those are two different types of Cyclops. So
I'm hoping for the X-Men to pull it through on Avengers Doomsday.
Well, I will say that the X-Men trailer for me was the best one that they released, hands down.
I said the same thing. The X-Men was the most, the only thing that kind of got your blood pumping, like, oh shit.
And I think it was more anticipated too, because people have been wanting to see the X-Men in the MCU for so long, and the way that they presented that, especially having Cyclops, Scott rip off the visors and he shoots the blast. And I said that is how the blast out of his eyes is supposed to look. That looks straight out of a comic book. Like that's how it's supposed to look.
Thank you for the memberships to the channel, CJH, Kingsport Cal, Steve over here also with 30 months of membership. Appreciate that for sure.
Oh, Lawrence, to your point, to that comment you just made, Tom Holland is going to be eating nice come July. I mean, imagine you got Odyssey coming out 1 week. You got Odyssey coming out 1 week, and then you got Brand New Day coming out the next week.
He's up.
He got July on lock. He can't. Not only that, but him and John Berthold, because he's in Brand New Day too. So they can't lose. They can't lose.
And Zendaya's in both of them too.
I think Zendaya's in both.
She is
of
in
them
both.
too.
Yeah, she is.
They're saying that she has a new man, and I'm interested to see if it's the same guy that they introduced in comics like 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And what was his name? Peter?
They said it's dude from Ahsoka.
Ezra.
Ezra from Ahsoka.
That'll be the actor. Yeah, he kind of looks like that Paul guy. So it'd be interesting to see another.
And his name, Iman Basadi.
Something like that. Iman, yeah. See that dude. You gonna get this new toy?
Oh, that's Static.
That McFarlane Static. They did Icon a few months back. It's Static's turn now. So I guess that would mean that sales warranted trying it out with Static also. This is like his debut look.
Yeah, this isn't their first Static.
There's Zendaya and Dune too.
This is like,
my God.
McFarlane has, I think this is their third iteration of Static that McFarlane figures have done.
Is that right?
Like if they ever decide to do a Static movie, this is the look that I want to see him in. Of course, everyone's going to want to see the Static Shock one that we saw in the animated series, but I want to see him in his original suit first. Then if you want to go into the Static Shock suit, you can do that.
If he starts at this, by the end of the movie, I want him with the cloak on, with the joint, with the jacket.
And let's remember that he can debut in someone else's movie and have him wear that there. But then in a few months,
when he has his own movie, then yeah, okay.
Because they do got to sell different toys. They do got to have a different look each time, so it only helps.
Speaking of DC, I know we got Clayface coming up next year, and You know,
And don't forget, and also don't forget Darius's favorite Batmite. I gotta do it.
Yeah. like all of that's coming or whatever. But Matt Reeves Batman going and getting Sebastian Stan to play Harvey Dent, and they already got ScarJo. Hey, listen, man, listen.
And somebody did a mock-up of Sebastian Stan as Harvey Dent. I'm not even gonna lie, that AI imagery looks kind of fire.
This shit is about to go.
I'm not even gonna lie.
This shit is about to go. Okay, I mean, I think we're gonna have a come to Jesus moment. Like, we can keep kicking this bucket down the line if we want to, but I can already see where this is lining up. They're gonna do the Batman 2, right? And it's gonna kill. It's gonna do more than the Batman 1. Then they're going to start rolling out. If they even get that far, they'll start rolling out Brave and Bold, and then it will get kind of middling responses, maybe a little bit confusion from the casuals. And then there will be a serious talk with James Gunn. Like, hey, listen, do we need 2 Batmans? I mean, you got one that seems to be going pretty well. Work it out with Reeves. Let's find a way to make this work. Because this is not, Mr. Cut the check and walk out the door Zaslav anymore, or at least it doesn't seem like it's going to be.
I thought you meant
it's going to be some folks that's going to be, he has to actually report to. So why... I don't see this thing going away, man. Like it was a $700 million film to begin with. It's only got up to go from there. And I really appreciate Matt Reeves' vision on Gotham in general. So I don't know, man. I never really thought 2 Batmans was going to work. I think it even less than now.
Yes to Mr. Freeze for sure.
I would like to see Mr. Freeze, especially in this with the technology we have now. We ain't going to talk about that one back in the 90s, but I'm talking like with the stuff that we have now, what Mr. Freeze could look like. I mean, there are so many dope designs concepts they can have, just how they can have him look. And then also with the effects with the ice and the gun and all that, like a lot of the budget will go just into his look and design alone, and probably the CGI that goes along with it. But
see, I don't think Reeves would do that, though. I don't think he would go into big, heavy CGI. He's already kind of showed us what his villains are in Gotham. They're human beings.
Yeah, because the Batman was very practical.
Yeah, it's very practical. So when you look at something like the Riddler and how he presented him, I'm thinking like a sociopathic serial killer. And he just happens to use ice or freezing his victims as his calling card. Like I don't see the Arnold character that actually has freeze guns and minions and stuff like that. I think if Reeves does Mr. Freeze, it's going to be something, excuse the pun, chilling. I think
the fuck out. No. Absolutely.
It's gonna be chilling. I think it's gonna be like a more towards the horror side of things, or at least the killer side of things, slasher, serial killer.
Wasn't Hush allegedly supposed to be part of this Batman 2 movie? Wasn't it Hush?
I don't know.
I heard that.
Did you? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
And I think I also heard something about the Court of Owls was going to be there as well.
That was in James's thing. Yeah, he was trying to do the Court of Owls with Damian, but like you jumping way down the line, brother. Like you getting way into some stuff. Bruce pop out with a whole kid. We're gonna be like, man, where's Dick? Pause. Where's Robin? The other one.
But I guess we'll have to see what we gotta see what the future holds.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting.
Super chat.
That part, I just want the paper. That part.
This one comes from Jay the Informant. $2 sucker. Batman 2 needs to bring in the big guns. Penguin.
I'm sure he'll make an appearance. I don't believe that they won't do what's Miliani's character's name again?
Sophia
Falcone.
Falcone.
Yeah, Sophia Falcone. I don't think they'll snub her and Oswald. Like one of them, just based off the sheer popularity that the series got. I would like both of them, but one of them has to appear.
And maybe that's a perk of that show or the movie taking so long that they got to get the feedback. And it's not like, too late, we already filmed Batman already.
Yeah.
We didn't know. You know, that's why T'Challa died in Infinity War, because they didn't know. But you know, they can film or write in some extra scenes just so that they say that it had Falcone and it had Penguin.
And that's why I like when they did Penguin, that they didn't have any like major references to Batman in that show. They let the show stand on its own, you didn't see anything Batman until the very last shot when you saw the signal go up into the sky, and then it cuts off.
You like that stuff? I hate that stuff. I like it. All the inclusion. We're in the same city. That movie matters, and he's gonna appear here.
They mentioned it, right? They mentioned stuff from the Batman movie, like when the Riddler had the flood.
When the flood, because that's what happens. That's why the city looks the way that it does. Because
it was just impressive that he was able to tell a coherent story about a DC villain without acknowledging the star, without acknowledging the face.
That I will say that was one of the more emotional parts of the show, was with Vic's story when his family died because of that flood. That was definitely one of the more emotional parts of the whole show.
Jeff Snyder says Gunn is casting Wonder Woman currently.
This man can't focus.
I'm not surprised. Why wouldn't he be casting Wonder Woman?
Man can't
focus. So he's supposed to only do one thing at a time?
No, but dog, why did Wonder Woman should have been cast before we made a Clayface movie? Wonder Woman probably should have been cast before we made a Supergirl. If we just keeping it true. So like the fact that we still don't have a Batman, we're casting a Wonder Woman, we trying to hammer home Superman and his whole arc right now with him and Supergirl going back-to-back years. It feels like a lot. There was an easier way to do this.
We need a Batman horror movie where it's the criminal point of view and we see Batman as scary. Isn't that what Clayface might be about?
That's assuming he even shows up in Clayface.
Right.
And if he does show up in Clayface, and this is just what I'm thinking, it's going to be one of those things at the end where they're like, hey, Batman lives in the same universe that Clayface only exists in because of Batman. But you won't see that till the next film.
The next what film? The next Clayface film?
Either Clayface film or Batman. I doubt they're doing a second Clayface, but the Batman movie.
We planted multiple movie arcs for Clayface, and oh, by the way, we're getting to casting Diana. We're getting to it.
Clayfaces.
He's moving quickly though. Man of Tomorrow started production.
Cool. Yeah, a movie I actually care about with a superhero I care about. It's great.
Yeah. I was about to say cool.
So you can't wait to see Cars or L.
I'm interested in it, but it's not. I can wait.
I feel like that movie has to do so well to be considered a success. Like if it comes in just about where Superman was or a little bit lower, I don't know how you call that.
What'll be crazy is if this movie actually did better than Superman financially wise.
I think that would be positive momentum for them. I think that would be a sign of growth. If they could take a auxiliary character and grow the audience based off of what you just saw in the summer, that's positive for me. But I don't know if that's possible.
Under Netflix's guidance now, does it matter if it does good in the? Because I think with Netflix, are they more looking at hey, once it's done in theaters, it's going to do great here on our streaming platform.
I don't think because this movie's coming out next year, at least Supergirl is. So I don't think that they're
it's coming out this year.
This year, sorry, 2026. I forgot what year we're in. But I don't think Netflix will have they can't start making moves at Warner Brothers until their deal is approved by the FCC. So they're not calling any shots on the stuff that's coming out this year anyway. Now, Man of Tomorrow, maybe potentially. They over there floating the idea of 17-day windows for the movie. So here's that.
There's that. I feel the hype for DC had died down. Gunn needs to bring the heavy hitters out because Marvel's getting the control of pop culture again.
Thank you, Johnny.
Now, Wonder Man is not about to do that in January. So if we just apply a little bit of foresight and think about the duds that Marvel has coming, and I know we're all jizzed. Oh my God, Cyclops was in the trailer.
You sound like me now.
They're about to lose some of that high fan morale, and Supergirl comes before Spider-Man, and it might be good. It might make people care. Lanterns will be next. If these things are good, Damon Lindelof is a phenomenal writer.
You said they're losing the morale because of Wonder Man?
Yeah, Wonder Man will bring morale down. Not just that one. There's other duds that they've got coming. I forget the whole slate, but there's a whole bunch of, I'm not watching that on their slate this year.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know if Wonder Man brings morale down, because in order for the morale to be brought down, wouldn't people have to be watching Wonder Man?
That's the point. Like, if they're putting out content that people are apathetic towards, they don't move any which way when it comes out, that doesn't project well for the major big time enthusiasm you need for a film like Doomsday. I don't feel like,
I don't
really.
I've
been arguing this whole time is, where's the enthusiasm coming from?
To be honest, I don't think that I don't think anything coming out outside of Spider-Man that's on Disney Plus coming from Marvel has any effect on the excitement for Doomsday.
To the general audience who are not going to watch the movie, yeah, 100%. To the audience who are listening to this, a lot of the people watching now have seen Eyes of Wakanda, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, X-Men 97, a lot of the viewers right now that we're talking to. But you're right, when it comes to the casual viewer, they didn't check Agatha, just like they didn't see Secret Invasion or She-Hulk, and it won't really affect them.
Well, I won't hold it against them if they didn't watch Secret Invasion, because that was some straight garbage.
Yeah, I think the excitement for Doomsday, I think they've got, I don't know what what everyone's algorithms look like. I'm seeing it on, it's kind of 50-50. You've got your people that, I want to say 50-50 because I think it's three different groups. I think you've got your group that's going to hate whatever they put out, whatever it is, just because that's the popular thing to do. I think you've got your group that is with actual criticism. And then I think you've got your group that just, then there's the normie group that's, from what I've seen, eating these little trailers up. They're loving this shit.
Do you see RDC World do the video about the trailers?
Who did?
RDC World. Mark.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you might like it. I won't spoil it. It's just he reacts to the trailers.
So I feel like the factions you described are pretty accurate. I feel like there is the people who are going to make their money off of Marvel's downfall if it comes to pass. I think there's people who are a bit sycophantish who are going to cry at the trailers, and that gets them on their local news. And then I think there's people who are kind of I think there are people who are kind of in the middle or are still skeptical. That's where I would count myself at. I think I'm still skeptical about what's going on. I want to see more about the story. And the one trailer that had the most narrative in it, that had the most hints or clues about what the setup for this movie is, it was a little underwhelming to me. I mean, I guess you can kind of get excited by the prospect of the underwater Mexicans being on land. But everything else in that trailer was just kind of like, all right, well, cool, I suppose. You got your Ben Grimm, which was the least seen character in the Fantastic Four movie that underperformed. You got Shuri Black Panther, which was part of another dud. Not that we don't want to see Shuri, but you got to call it what it is. It was part of Wakanda Forever. And then you got King and Baku, right? It's just not. I would have liked to have seen this meetup that they did with some of the other characters that they chose to do the background stuff on. So the first couple trailers when we got so-and-so will return, so-and-so will return. Imagine if Steve's sitting there holding his baby and then all of a sudden, goddamn Bifrost burns in his front yard and there's a go Thor. We have to go, old friend. or something like that. That's a little bit more impactful to me than M'Baku and Ben Grimm shaking hands. I'm just, it's just me though.
Well, it also said Steve will return, not Steve and Peggy will return. The only one who got an "and" will return is your girl. The enemy of representation is quantity. It didn't say Thor will return. One guy. X-Men will return. I guess that's more than one guy. It's a group, but we know them to be one brand. It went Wakanda and the Fantastic Four will return.
It definitely didn't say Black Panther, did it?
Maybe it did say Black Panther. I thought it said Wakanda.
It said Wakandans. It said Wakanda.
Wakandans will return. The enemy of representation is quantity. They will always put 1,000 people into something and say, "Look, we're doing representation. Yeah, look at us."
I mean, it doesn't have to be, but in this instance, it seems to be.
I'm only talking about this instance. It would be the worst mistake ever to kill off Toby. No, it wouldn't. He's done his service here. We had the nostalgia appearance with Toby in the last movie.
Well, why does Toby have to die? Hold on, man. He's an Elseworld Spider-Man right now. Why we got to kill off Toby?
It's a new era.
Leave him alone, bro.
Okay,
we better off some of them Fox X-Men then, because we've been done with them. We moved on to a whole nother generation of X-Men, and we was done with them too. Let's not try to rewrite history now. Like, we've just been fiending for these Fox X-Men. They gave us a laundry room full of trash for a while, and it was a few hits in there, and maybe we're still nostalgic over the memory of them, being some of the first superhero movies that we ever saw, along with Spider-Man and stuff like that in the early 2000s. Yeah, and Blade. Yep, and Blade. But we got to keep it funky about what the performance was and how the reception was when those movies was coming out. That's what I found it very interesting that, yes, the X-Men trailer is the most exciting. It was the most exciting to me. It's the one that got the most buzz and most people talking about it. But when we had that in the theaters and Fox was running it, we couldn't stop talking about it negatively. So again, it's just part of my continued skepticism. How much is this internet fever around the trailers going to translate to people walking in the door?
Yeah, but also with that, I think that, the people, when the X-Men were in theaters and people were dogging it at that time, that was under the Fox regime and under different who was that, Bryan Singer, under Bryan Singer and under things like that.
Sure.
People, at least I would even think the normies know who the Russos are. People know what they're getting with this. And I'm not at the place where I'm jumping up and down, excited, ready for Doomsday quite yet. But even these trailers, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. These trailers have been, minus that Steve trailer. These trailers have set the tone for something's coming. It's dark. It's the cinematography has been better. It has been a better look than what you have gotten in the past 5 years. And it's all because of who you've got at the helm of this. It's the Russos.
And I think they also have to release the trailers in the way that they're doing, because there hasn't been a lead up to a Doom as far as movies go, because of everything that happened with Jonathan Majors. Because remember, it was supposed to be Kang Dynasty. That was the lead up. But because everything that happened, now they gotta okay, we don't have no movies we can just throw out there because this movie's about to come out. So let's just drop these little pieces of trailers here and there, and that'll be our lead up. And they gotta rely on that.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of taking the thought out of my head. Like that's exactly what this is. Like it is the lack of buildup that they've generated from all of the films they've been releasing over the last couple of years. Can you make up that difference in teaser trailers? Because that's what we're talking about here. Like, we're talking about the four teasers.
They're build up in
the Super Bowl
teaser trailers.
Can you I guess okay. The type of stuff that we got from Black Panther, Captain Marvel, Guardians, Ant-Man, that type of anticipation, can you recreate that off of teasers? Absolutely. Okay. Well,
and the reason, no. I mean, if we're being realistic, absolutely, yes. This is, and I don't know how we haven't seen that with these trailers that have come. And again, maybe all of our algorithms are different. I don't know what everybody's seeing on theirs, but just the buzz around these trailers, it's not Infinity War and Endgame level. No, At least they're not on that I've seen. That's a different time. But it is you're throwing again, let's just use the one everybody keeps talking about, the X-Men trailer. You don't think you give a full-length trailer? Let's say at the Super Bowl. Let's use that one. A full-length trailer at the Super Bowl with the X-Men, and you've got Doom and whatever the fuck is going on in the trailer with dialogue and action. If the X-Men trailer alone, that minute and 20, with just the X-Men, is getting people pissing their pants like, oh shit, the X-Men are back. Now I'm excited. What do you think a full-length trailer is going to do?
Have they ever done a Super Bowl trailer for a minute 20 before?
No. This was, I guess the Super Bowl one's supposed to be a full-length trailer.
Have they ever done when you say the Super Bowl one? Do you mean that during the game it'll play, or do you mean they'll put it out?
They might play like and this is something they typically do. They'll play like a trailer that's made just to fit a certain amount of time in the Super Bowl, and then they'll say full trailer online.
Yeah,
they'll probably do it because I know they did that with Deadpool and Wolverine. So they'll probably do something like that.
I have a memory of them doing it that way. They don't actually do the trailer on the Super Bowl because it costs so many millions of dollars per second. Famously, I think it's $8 million per 30-second trailer.
Probably. And don't forget, some trailers drop the week of the Super Bowl, right before the Super Bowl, because that's what they did with Fantastic Four. They dropped the teaser for Fantastic Four like literally 4 days before the Super Bowl happened. Okay. Instead of dropping the teaser on the day of, because I think it's because of like spacing. Because you got to think, for a lot of these companies, when the Super Bowl happens, they got to get their stuff in at a certain time, like it's deadlines they got to meet. And whatever doesn't get there, they just put in there like to come out the week of, and it happens before the game itself.
So to piggyback off of what Darius was saying, he was like, "What do you think the full length trailer is going to do?" I think it's going to go viral, just like the other leaks have gone viral. The issue is that there was nothing behind that was already supposed to push that momentum forward. And there's not going to be anything in front of that until you get to Spider-Man. I think that they are looking at a boost coming next year before Doomsday. I just don't think it's coming from these trailers. I think if Spider-Man Brand New Day goes out there and performs exceedingly well, which I expect it to do, and it references the narrative that is being built for Doomsday, that would be the best case scenario. Because now I've come to a movie, I've paid money to go see a Marvel movie, and now it's promoting in this movie where I've already paid my money, right? We're trying to get back to connected universes. Now they're acknowledging that there's some sort of all-encompassing narrative happening again. I'm reinvested. I will come back and see the next movie in this anthology. If it's totally disconnected from Doomsday, I don't see how the hype from leaked trailers or even a Super Bowl trailer in February last another 10 months all the way into the following December.
Spider-Man's not going to be disconnected from Doomsday. The events of Spider-Man will lead into Doomsday. The events of now, I'm not saying that people are going to watch Vision Quest, but the word of mouth could generate. I'm personally watching Vision Quest, but the word of mouth could generate people to watch Vision Quest. Vision Quest leads directly into Doomsday. And if the rumors are to be believed, cover your ears if you don't want to hear this, Star-Lord and Wanda are supposed to be in it.
We'll see. We will certainly see.
And I also believe, and also believe they're probably going to drop possibly a trailer, another trailer for Doomsday ahead of Brand New Day.
Probably.
Okay, so now how do we? Okay, so we have 4 teasers, and some of the teasers I don't think is actual footage from the movie, so that's probably saving them a little bit. Then you're gonna have a full-length trailer before the Super Bowl, and then another one before Brand New Day, like a different trailer. Okay, now I don't like it. Now you're showing too much.
Because you gotta think like the one that they dropped at the Super Bowl might be an official teaser trailer.
We've gotten 4 official teaser trailers. We don't need another teaser.
These are teaser trailers highlighting characters that are going to be in the movie. But this teaser trailer that might be an official one might be all different footage, and this one might be Doom Center. Like we haven't seen what Doom looks like yet. Technically,
I don't think so. That might be room in between promotion and showing too much for 2 more trailers on top of everything we already showed.
But look at also the gap.
What if the trailers, like you said, aren't What if these are just things that they've shot for like this purpose, just to?
Yeah, I think the only ones that are connected to the movie is probably the X-Men one and the one with Shuri and the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, now I believe that X-Men one because those are specific shots from.
It would
from
be the
behind the
biggest
scenes photos.
fake out in film history if that Cyclops scene is not in the movie. I might find a dirty diaper to throw at the screen.
Tina actually just brought up a good point because I completely forgot about CinemaCon because CinemaCon is in April. And they usually, and CinemaCon usually drops a lot of trailers for different movies from all types of studios during that event.
Man. They got to choose when very strategically, right? Like we can't hit every single one. We can't hit the Super Bowl and CinemaCon and right before because we're literally we're either shooting new stuff for the trailer specifically, or we're giving bigger pieces than we ever wanted to give of the movie in the promotion.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing with Doomsday, because it's coming out like much later in like all the way at the end of the year. They have a whole lot of time to really market this movie. They have a whole, practically, like you might as well say a whole year to really promote this movie properly. Of course, we know we got the little teaser that they're dropping right now. Then, of course, you know what the Super Bowl is most likely going to be one there, and then. That still was like what February, March, April, May, June, July. So that's what another 6 months, 5 to 6 months in between. If they wanted to drop a trailer ahead of Brand New Day, that could be one trailer right there. Then they don't have to drop anything else until a couple months later, like leading up to the release, and that could maybe be a final trailer. But then again, I don't know how they're going to do it. I'm not on Marvel's marketing team, so I don't know how they're going to market this. Hopefully it's marketed well. I'm sure that it will be. The budget for this movie is like absolutely astronomical.
You run a risk of not turning people off, but giving too much of the movie gives people reason to be like, oh, well, I can wait. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't.
I agree.
I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like some of the criticism I've had over Disney's marketing over the years in terms of their trailers is that they put too much of the things that are going to excite you when you're actually watching the movie in the trailers. Like there's an art. There's an art to creating the trailer. You're supposed to get people excited about mundane things in the trailer so that when they finally get into the movie, you can show them the actual stuff that you took a lot of time to spend to put together.
Well, we got to see the movie to know if what they showed us was mundane or not.
That's fact. I mean, that is. Also, I already conceded that some of this stuff in the teasers early probably isn't in the movie, and I understand that. But we talking about 3 more trailers to come out.
And also, like someone said, I forgot about Comic-Con too. That's
Comic-Con, CinemaCon, Super Bowl, and Brand New Day. So 4 more times.
Well, see, the thing is, when it comes to Comic-Con, that Comic-Con is going to be in the same month as Brand New Day. So I don't know.
Okay, so that's one. That's one drop.
So that might be one. Or what they might do is at Comic-Con, they might show a whole different thing than what they show ahead of Brand New Day. It might be a trailer we don't see. That the people who are there are going to see.
With it coming out this year, Comic-Con is in the summer. That's the one that's in July?
In July, yeah.
Okay, that start teasing Secret Wars. Whatever you can tease for Battle World at that point. Obviously, you've shown us some of what is to come. You've shown some even minuscule part of an incursion by now, right? If we've shown 2 more trailers, we've gotten what the main conflict is and what the duress is. We've seen it by now. Okay, so now start showing us a little bit of what is to come. You don't have to totally reveal it, but we know that there's going to be a mashing of worlds of some sort. You can do that at Hall H. Don't oversaturate the marketing of Doomsday, though. Phase 7 announced. Tell us what's coming out after Doomsday. Black Panther stuff. Doctor Strange 3.
The post multiversal saga. The mutant saga. I think it's calling it the mutant saga.
That'd be different because Endgame came in April 2019, and then July Comic-Con was when they said, here's phase 4. They wouldn't give you phase 7. Things after Secret Wars, they wouldn't tell you about it. It's not a pattern they follow.
What else would they do at Hall H, though, then? Because
Doomsday.
You skip, so your whole entire Hall H panel is consumed with Doomsday after you've been marketing it to us for this entire
time. I'm like, how are we not giving up too much at this point?
I'd remind you, Marvel Studios is doing like 5 other things we don't care about the next year, but Doomsday is just the one that we do care about.
Or they might, because with Comic-Con and it being released so close to Brand New Day, they probably gonna have something exclusive with Brand New Day there, even though it's about to come out. They might just have something for the people that's there.
Has Sony ever done that? Has Sony ever done a Hall H deal? And the only reason I'm saying this is because we just know Ryan Coogler just did an interview where he asked for Craven and they told him fuck no. So is Sony gonna play ball like that with Marvel? We're already giving you Spider-Man. We don't have to do shit else. We don't got to show up at your little cons and have him dance around. We don't got to do that. We know people are going to come to see our movie for Spider-Man. We've got the billions to prove it.
I mean,
it behooves them. No, it does help. Yeah, they're gonna make more if people are excited and he engages.
Oh no, they can keep. They can keep. Listen, they can keep. If there is a Morbius 2 and Madam Web 2, they can keep both of those.
Good Lord, God damn it!
Both of those.
The fact that they're working on anything other than a Spider-Man movie or something related to Miles Morales still blows my mind. Still blows my mind. There's 2 things in that studio that make money: Miles Morales and Peter Parker, and they
and Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is always gonna make money no matter what. Well,
and they let Kevin Feige drive the boat on one of them, and then the other one they just kind of pushed to the backside like it ain't never made him no money.
And it's such a shame because it's funny you bring up Miles Morales because we should have been wrapped up that trilogy.
We should be talking about how they're going to introduce a live action Miles in this
Miles Morales saga.
Yeah, that's what we should be talking about. Pascal answered that though. She said we are not discussing, and I think I'm not speaking verbatim here. We are not discussing Miles until we wrap up what we're currently doing with
that. She's an idiot for that. That's dumb. That's first of all, even if you took that stance, you leave people on the edge wondering whether or not he's going to come out. You don't confirm. No. We haven't started anything with old Miles. No, we're going to wrap up. Okay, so then how are you growing interest in that property then? Delaying the rest of the animated saga, telling people they got to wait till the end of the decade to get a live action. Like, who taught you how to do this? Like, what? Talk too much. Talk too much.
Lauren says it took longer because of the animation strike.
I feel like they caught a couple of delays after the strike was well over. But I mean, if it's still from the strikes from what was that, like 2021, 2022?
2023. 23. Hold on.
Whatever year
Barbie and Oppenheimer came out, that's 2023.
Like that was years ago, man. I don't want to hear that a film has to be delayed till 2027 or 2028 because of the writer strike or the VFX guy strikes. It was years ago now.
Shamik Moore still didn't move on.
Now, on the Wakandans trailer, there were some people that were buzzing on Twitter and on Andre Ware's, because Andre shared, he quote retweeted it and said he wasn't interested. T'Challa, recast T'Challa, all that kind of stuff. People were going at him. I have stayed out of that. Now, there's people I go at, but I've stayed out, but I have seen them on there saying, bringing back up Suri this, Suri that, and I guess maybe they were just waiting because one thing I had said was the Suri people had been gone for a long time, but they are back.
They're not back out now.
They are like, they're like, yeah, sir, she's, where's the respect? All this kind of stuff. And to the person that was saying, the one thing I did say when they were like, when I said, did you watch? To the person that says like Suri or whatever the whole argument was, she basically said in the damn trailer, yeah, M'Baku has his duties and I've got mine. They don't cross. So she basically already told you, like she said, like we were trying to get at, like she said in Forever, she gave up those duties of being Queen and Panther together. She didn't even really want to be Panther.
All right, I'm gonna spend a
Wants to
couple
go
minutes.
fuck off at the wherever she was at the.
I'm gonna spend a couple minutes
beach.
talking about that, and then I'm gonna leave it alone because I spent all day talking about it. Yes,
I know your fingers was hurting,
and I'm not doing it no more. Okay, I understand that there was some confusion based off of Black Panther 1 about how the Black Panther can be king or not be king and be Black Panther, how that could be separated. Let's just break it down for a second. There is a royal family in Wakanda that has ruled there for centuries, right? And so at Warrior Falls in Black Panther 1, when all the other families stood down, they were acknowledging and respecting the line of succession. It was only the Jabari who wanted to challenge, not just for to be the king of Wakanda, but to be the protector. If M'Baku would have won that fight, there wouldn't have been any more Black Panther. The Jabari would have ruled Wakanda, and it would have taken on a representation of a gorilla, the gorilla god that they pray to. There would be no more Black Panther. So when you sitting up here talking about, oh well, no, they can split it up because it was split up between T'Chaka and T'Challa. They were part of a royal family. When T'Chaka could no longer wear the suit and do the duties of the Black Panther, he put it on his son. That's why M'Baku challenged T'Challa, and he never popped out and challenged his daddy. Did T'Challa challenge his daddy to get the Black Panther suit? Of course not. He's next in line. So now when I apply that to Wakanda Forever, and I see, okay, obviously with everybody else being wiped out, Ramonda, T'Challa, everybody's gone. Shuri's next up, right? So if Shuri doesn't compete, right? And I get it. She abjected. She went to go fuck around with Nakia in Haiti. She had other shit to do. That's how it was written, folks. That doesn't mean it lines up with how this shit is supposed to go. Has somebody in there talking about, oh, so you mean just because Eric Killmonger isn't T'Challa's cousin, it doesn't apply in the MCU? Fam, they gave that man a whole made-up daddy. His father is literally not part of the family tree. Stop quoting movies to me when we talking about comic book stuff.
Jobu.
You cannot keep his own father safe. What did you say to Shuri? Shuri is she scoffs at tradition, he said.
And our technological advancements are overseen by a child who scoffs at tradition.
If you could trade Winston Duke for Nicki Minaj, would you do it?
In a heartbeat. Shit, I trade her for Nate. I trade her for in a heartbeat.
I'll trade her for Nate is aggressive. That's crazy. I think they hang in the same circles.
You got to get a Trinidad and Tobago in. It can't be. Nate Moore is ineligible. Sorry.
But you know what, Darius? You were talking about we always had this debate about what people are feeling online. When I was going through that, it was a proverbial who's of bot accounts. Accounts created in 2025, accounts created in 2024. They got 26 followers. They following 1,400 people, and they just so happen to find my shit talking about Black Panther. I am not looking at that type of energy and being like, oh shit, man. Look, well, I guess we're sunk. We got to let it go. You know what I mean? Like, there's too much fake engagement on these apps for me to that app.
Let's be real here. That app in particular.
That app in particular. For me to truthfully be like, oh, well, that's where the audience is at. Because so often it doesn't line up. It just doesn't. And what we've seen out of Marvel's box office is a lot of this. Every now and again we get one of those and a lot of that. So I'm trying to get in the middle of genuine interest behind the X-Men trailer, but also knowing what the cold hard truth of it is that Marvel Studios, the MCU, has not produced a knockout film in some time. right? The ones that we lean on for examples of how they're going to make this money came from Fox and came from Sony. So it feels like they got a lot on their plate. They got a lot planned for this year to get the movie bumped up. I already feel like I know what their best course of action is. We'll see if they actually get it done that way.
I was on another live right before I came onto this one. Do you know that all of the billion-dollar films that came out last year were non-comic book movies?
Zootopia,
all of them. Zootopia 2, Avatar,
Nisa 2.
And I feel like it's and Lilo and Stitch.
And Minecraft did 900 million.
Yeah, it got close. It was like 50-something million short, but it got close. But all the billion-dollar movies that came out last year were non-comic book movies.
Now, when the
something
MCU
also interesting about billion-dollar movies, I'll change the subject to a John Campea video. So you go first, Marcus.
I was just gonna say, when the MCU is lagging behind Disney animation and Disney live action creations, you know we're in some scary territory at that point.
And James Cameron made history. He is the first director in history to have $4 billion films consecutively. Titanic, Avatar, Way of Water, and Fire and Ash.
Claimed.
All made $1 billion.
James Cameron. I'm from the same province. So is John Campea. Let's play this video. It's relevant to box office.
IMAX. As according to a new story in Deadline, IMAX had its all-time greatest box office year ever with, I believe, $1.28 billion just in IMAX theaters. To put that in perspective, the overall box office for 2025 was about 8.6, I think. 8.3, 8.4, 8.5, 8.6, somewhere in there. You're talking about IMAX, which has what? 5% of the screens? Less than 5% of the screens? Making like 15% of the box office overall. Crazy. Anyway, Deadline writes the following.
He basically summed it up there. And if we remember, there is a particular movie that is coming out in IMAX, which we all care about. And yet, it's January. And like right now is January. How badly do you guys really want to go to the movie theaters, right? Like, not really. And if we do, what are we going to see? Something that came out in December, Avatar. But Children of Blood and Bone is a movie coming out in January. And when they say this movie's coming out in IMAX, that's what they're talking about. Because the people are drinking the Kool-Aid of IMAX. Overall, the industry is poor. But for some reason, we're making more money in IMAX this year than we did last year. And we project that it'll be happening again. Because that premium, that person who's seeking the movie theater, they're not full of it. They really are seeking the movie theater, IMAX, best seat. They're drinking the Kool-Aid. And that's why we got to be behind this Children of Blood and Bone. I'm reading off of Mary Claire. And this came out earlier today. But she was basically, the writer name is Quincy Lagarde, was basically giving us the rundown of like, hey, just in case you missed it, all 4 of these women are inside the movie in significant roles. After you just like,
yeah, I was reading this last super chat. It was like, this is the cast. That's some of the cast. It's way more in the cast than
it's
just
so many,
the 4 people. It's pretty stacked. It's a pretty big cast.
Yeah, it's a huge cast. Your speculation, Children of Blood and Bone is finally set to debut. Hollywood's next blockbuster YA novel inspired by Western African mythology. Adeyemi's full Legacy of Orisha trilogy has sold 3 million copies worldwide, spent over 120 weeks in the bestseller list. Since the book first hit shelves, fans have waited for the kingdom of Orisha to be brought to life in a book-to-screen adaptation. To join Harry Potter, Twilight, and Hunger Games. Now the film's cast and crew are being announced. Fantasy devotees can get excited that it's actually happening. And they were keeping track below. Where is it? Here it is. This is what you need to see. The book's rights were acquired before it was even published in 2017, but by Walt Disney. And the acquisition of 20th Century Fox led to those rights to expire. Eventually, a highly competitive bidding war ensued. Do you know that it's specifically Lucasfilm who did have the rights? And they just didn't use the movie and they lost their rights. If Lucasfilm would have been in production and things would have happened, nothing would have expired. This is all Kathleen Kennedy's fault. Just another reason to hate her. Since then, the studio has prioritized the project as one of its next major franchises. That's Paramount. Alas, you can expect fans to be seated come early 2027. We have 52 weeks until this movie comes out. Who's helming Children of Blood and Bone? We know Gina Prince by the Wood. How do you say that one?
Blythewood.
I think that was a typo. It's supposed to be Blythewood.
Blythewood, yep.
Blythewood, the renowned filmmaker behind Woman King, The Old Guard, Beyond the Lights, and Love and Basketball.
Beyond the Lights was such a good movie. Oh my God. That movie was so good.
Yup. And Have No Fear book fans. Prince Blythewood co-wrote the screenplay with the author Tomi Adeyemi. The best-selling writer also serves as an executive producer. I don't think I've ever had that expressed, that they co-wrote it. I knew she was working with her, but knowing that they co-wrote it makes me not worried about things going awry. Like, she's really, really involved. She's what J.K. Rowling is, involved with this.
Yeah, it's like J.K. or J.J. or excuse me, what's the dude? Game of Thrones guy.
George R. Martin.
R. Martin. Yeah, it's that level of inclusion into the story, right? They're really taking her insight and then implanting it into the DNA of the movie. It's that type of stuff signals to a fan base that they're going to get a real adaptation, right? That they're going to get something that is true to the spirit of the thing that they were already supporting.
If we follow them on Instagram, we can see they've been loving filming this movie, which it already did shoot in the summer of 2025. They were doing it. Oh, Tosin Cole, that's the dude from Supercell, right? The main character on that.
Supercell.
Damn, I forget.
I'm ready for the next season of that.
Hey, so they were saying, I think the villain in Supercell, the guy with the teeth, I think they let it go that he was supposed to come back. It didn't look like he was about to come back, but now he got his whole legal thing set up, so now he definitely not coming back.
Yeah.
That's a wrap on production, she wrote in the caption. 74 days, 2 countries, and 2 islands, a passionate and dedicated crew, and an extraordinary cast who gave everything, and the journey has just begun. I think it's Cape Town that they filmed in, right? Anyways, this is a movie I'm amped for, and I think I'm going to keep bringing it up anytime there's a chance to.
They actually brought up a good point in the chat about this franchise being under Paramount. And that's the part I will be worried about, because that Ellison, they've been trying to get that Netflix deal, but they said no, they trying to get that Warner Brothers deal, but Warner Brothers, we are not going with you. We are going with Netflix. Leave us the hell alone. Like, they trying to get that Netflix, that Warner Brothers so bad, but they not budging.
So if not that evil racist, which evil racist? Like, they're all bad.
No, with Ellison, I think it's more so of the direction that he was looking to move the content. The reason why I feel like at least this iteration of Children in Blood and Bone is safe is because, first of all, it was by the time that Ellison actually got in as the new CEO over there at Paramount. Excuse me, this was probably already along. They had probably already casted, started shooting and stuff like that. Like it I don't know if the influence will be felt as much on this one as maybe a sequel, right? This may just end up being one of the movies that they didn't expect to perform, that performs in spite of a lack of promotion or a lack of attention and care.
A January release.
Exactly. So now we'll have to look now to whatever spins out of that. Do they get a television show? How do they market the sequel? Right? Do they actually show like this is a value to them as an IP as opposed to something that the old regime okayed?
And it's coming out MLK weekend too. That wasn't lost on me either.
Yeah, but I think positive about this movie, man. First of all, it is something that we are all calling for. Like, not just everybody on this panel, but most of the folks in this chat right now. This is what we talk about. We want. Right. If we can't support this one, we don't deserve shit. So
valid.
I'm really, I plan on going to bat for the movie. I plan on going to see it a couple of times just to get a good feel for it. You know, I want to give a really thought out, maybe even do a video essay on it. But we should all be supporting this movie, man, because it has enemies within its own house. So
is this movie one of is it the soonest kind of you gotta support it or else movie. Because what else is there? That's a big budget. That is like, oh, we have to shut up if we don't support this one. Like Sinners happened. I definitely can support that one in April of last year. But like how many chances do we really have to vote with the dollar for major productions, like for $100 million budgets?
Once or twice a year.
Well, I know for a fact one thing that most of us pretty much are all going to support when April comes around, and that's the MJ biopic.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be like a huge global success. Like they already predicting this movie's are gonna cross $1 billion. It's probably gonna be one of the biggest financial biopics ever made.
And I'm not worried about it.
That's one of those movies. That's one of the movies you don't really have to worry about because you can pretty much is in the hands of Antoine Fuqua. He rarely ever, if ever, misses with the movies he makes. So it's one of those things where you don't have to really worry about. It's gonna do what it does. But I can see because this movie right here, while it is and it has a pretty stacked cast, it is off of an IP that some people may not be too familiar with. People probably have heard of it, but it's one of those things where it's like, okay, when they start the promotion for this is going to have to go very, very, very well.
And you're going to have to talk about the IMAX factor.
Yeah.
Because you need that extra $5 from each movie ticket, just like Avatars and Sinners benefited from.
Remember when Bad Boys for Life, which was the third Bad Boys movie, came out in January, and people was like, oh my God, I can't believe, why would they release Bad Boys in January? And I was one of those people because I'm like, that's a summer movie. Good thing they released it in January because it came out. It's a good thing they did because they came out in 2020. Because if they did it in the summer, it wasn't coming out because the pandemic hit. So we would so it actually worked in its favor, but it actually worked because that actually became the franchise's highest grossing movie in January. And usually January is always typically seen as the dump month, like the spillover month of movies that people don't really go see like that. But to have a movie like that, it's the third in the franchise. It's been years since the gap of that one in the sequel. You have two, black co-leads come back together, and it does what it does in January. That was the part right there that really got me. So I was like, oh, so it could actually work. Look at last year.
Keke Palmer and
SZA when they came out with just one of those days. That came out and it blew away expectations. So you know what it's telling me? That January movies can work. You just got to have black leads there.
Ooh. Dangerous.
That's the vibe that I'm getting. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just the messenger.
February, Schmebuary. It's January. Is it really coming on Martin Luther King weekend?
Yeah, January 15th. That's MLK birthday weekend. The 15th. Mm-hmm.
So speaking of, Lucasfilm dropping the ball, who dropped the ball on that? Who's the executive that let Children of the Blood and Bone get away? Like who does that?
Was Kathleen Kennedy there at that time?
I think it was KK.
Kennedy.
I just milked my marketing by adding SMS.
This ad should not be playing right now. Marcus, don't ever tee up a topic before I prepare the videos again.
Hey, chill.
And for some fans, this is going to be like the best news ever. For others, it might not be what you expect. So what is the update? There is a lightsaber fight on water that was filmed by Tom Cruise. Let me repeat that. Tom Cruise filmed a Star Wars scene. He didn't do much, he didn't choreograph it, but one day when he happened to be in London, he joined the set and expressed to Levy that he wanted to watch, and then he offered to hold the camera. Originally, Sean Levy says he meant it as a joke, but, and here's the quote, Cruise, wading into the muddy pond, held the camera like a pro.
Yeah,
so now when you see the movie, Levy said, you'll know which parts were shot by Tom. How cool is that? So for those who assume...
What a guy. Tom
First
Cruise.
of all,
he's about to earn that Oscar this weekend.
This is Star Wars news?
Yeah, we was talking about Kathleen Kennedy on her way out, and then we skipped to the Tom Cruise.
This tells you how dead that franchise truly is. If fans are getting excited in the middle of Starfighter and you're like, oh shit, that's the scene that Tom Cruise did, and it changes anything for the film for you? Wow.
Well, maybe it doesn't change anything, but that is cool though. That's cool. That
It's not cool.
Tom's a great stunt man. He's an awesome stunt
I'm gonna
guy.
tell you. Yeah. Hey. Okay. Hey. Yeah.
What movie star do you know that's better at stunts than Tom Cruise?
I'm not questioning the
Maybe
man's
Jason
stunts.
Statham.
I'm not questioning the man's stunts. I guess just personally for me, watching a Star Wars film, I don't know. I feel like they need to get their scripts together first before we get excited about celebrities coming in and filming.
I'm not saying it's gonna make the movie, but it's a cool little tidbit that you know that he was in there actually choreographing a lightsaber fight.
And I'm not trying to keep continually shit on Star Wars because I love it, but at the same time, Starfighter, Sean Levy, I'm worried. Where I wasn't, I'm worried.
This is why we shouldn't have handled the stories like this, because we are headed a gate to talk about this and the prospects of Lucasfilm. We got to talk about their organizational chart first and how that plays a factor in what's going on here.
Because their organizational chart.
Well, it's seeming like your boy Filoni is finally stepping into his.
Talking about Filoni's.
Yeah, because.
You mean Kathleen Kennedy, aka the first female Sith Lord, is about to be up out of there?
Out of there, gone. Now everybody don't cheer at once. Now, the last time we did that, she was like, "I'm staying."
Right. She
did.
Excitement
now.
She did. She said, "Oh, gotcha, bitch."
Right.
Moving on, my friends. Following the huge update 2 days ago that a Kathleen Kennedy replacement is going to be announced officially very soon, and Dave Filoni with Lin-Wen Brennan are set to replace her, insider Jeff Snyder has provided something of an update. In the latest issue of his newsletter, Snyder affirms he's heard much the same things, and he believes an announcement could be imminent as early as next week. He also says that while Filoni and Brennan are going to be at the forefront, leading the franchise into the future, someone else who's probably going to be promoted is Carrie Beck. But on paper, Lucasfilm will have two leaders, just like many other Disney studios. But
how do we feel about this, bro? I'm in love with it, and I'm not mad at Carrie Beck because I remember seeing her name in the credits after every like Bad Batch or some of the things that I like in Star Wars. So if she gets promoted, good for her. A guy who does creative, and then someone who does paperwork.
Yes. I want to know what her role is specifically, Beck, because that's Kathleen Kennedy's person, and I want to know what she's going to be able to influence. Yes, she may not be in charge of creative, but if she has some sort of override power, if she has some sort of final cut, say, we're right back where we started.
Like they say, the pen is indeed mightier than the sword. So if
yeah, we're right back where we started.
And so she's doing paperwork. That means she's signing stuff.
I know what you mean. There is reason to be concerned. I'm like 90% more happy and then 10% concerned.
Okay, I mean, I'll take that. I'm glad.
Basically,
that
Chill is saying anything is better than Kathleen Kennedy at this point.
Facts. I'm glad now the road is clear. So now we can judge it from a pure creative standpoint. There's no more, oh, this couldn't get released because of that, and this person is ineffectual at getting this all the way through, or you know, having directors actually make the movies that get announced at all these cons and shit. But now that that's out of the way, now we can just view it from, okay, you were Mr. Gatekeeper of all things, George Lucas. There is no more Wicked Witch of the West in front of you. Go forward and show us what you got. Now we can view it unencumbered by all of the other stuff that was happening in Lucasfilm, I think.
I think he's got I think he couldn't wait for this. Maybe he knew it was going to happen. Maybe not. The only reason I say that is because Ahsoka has been delayed. And I don't know if that's delayed because it's like, oh, I got freedom to change shit and do shit the way I want to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm hoping he gets to cook it the way Dave wants to cook it.
So now to Starfighter, because that now we can view Starfighter in this light. Starfighter feels like an inflection point. If it goes the way that probably Kathleen Kennedy wanted to go, we was going right back into Rayland. If not, now that she's going to be gone this year and the full creative reins are in Dave's hands, the possibilities are endless to what that movie could be, y'all. They're not done. Like they're I don't think they're even halfway through shooting that film right now. Can't be.
Starfighter?
Yeah.
Oh, they're done.
It's done?
That's what I said when I saw the headline. They're done. Starfighter's
What?
Yeah, they changed the ending. They
But
reshot
here's the thing.
Just
I'm
poured
sorry.
a wet blanket on my dreams.
This is why I said I was worried. That's not why I'm not worried that they're. Well, yeah, it was also perplexing to me why they finished so early. But also,
That's crazy.
When you've got Sean Levy, and I like Sean, but here's the thing: we did this with Taika because Taika delivered what I believe. I know a lot of people don't like Ragnarok, but I believe Ragnarok is top tier in my top 5. I love Ragnarok. We did it with Taika. We praised Taika. So when Taika got Love and Thunder, it was like, oh yeah, the same guy that brought us that brought us Ragnarok. Okay. Because Sean Levy gave Deadpool and Wolverine, which really wasn't hard to do. I mean, you had Ryan Reynolds, I'm sure, right there with Levy as every step was made. Ryan wrote the film, did he not? So that was more of a Ryan Reynolds thing more than a Sean Levy thing, in my opinion. So that's fast forward now to the finale of Stranger Things. That was Sean Levy. Sean Levy also said that was one of the best finales he's ever seen. Now let's go. Now I don't know what everybody's preference is of the finale of Stranger Things. Now let's go over to Starfighter. I don't give him Deadpool and Wolverine because that's Ryan.
Yeah. Well, so on the Wolverine and Deadpool point, I feel like maybe that's a little overstated because Levy has been with Ryan Reynolds in other movies than Deadpool. They work well together. I know Ryan has a bunch of influence on most of the projects he's involved in, so that kind of goes without saying. But in terms of what was the next thing you were talking about? You said about Starfighter. Starfighter. It's not that this movie got to go out and make $1 billion. Like I don't think it's that level of change. I think if he can just fix it narratively to actually be what Sean Levy said it was going to be, a standalone Star Wars story that doesn't touch anything in front or behind it, that is a win to me, because I feel like we were gearing up to have an extra credit scene with Daisy Ridley or after credit scene with Daisy Ridley.
I don't think that's gone.
It better be. It better be.
I don't think that's gone. What was she saying? I've been out. Obviously, everybody knows I've been moving, so I kind of just got back in. She did say something within that time frame about her movie that she's excited for it. Let me find it. She did just recently say something about that.
Oh, speaking of gatekeeping and Star Wars, this is what Sean Levy. This is when he met Kathleen Kennedy. It was to gatekeep Star Wars.
Levy reveals the first time he was in contact with Kathleen Kennedy, and he says it was while working on Stranger Things. He originally envisioned a scene where Eleven levitates the Millennium Falcon. As you know, Stranger Things, especially season 5, has a ton of Star Wars influence, but he wanted to do a scene where Eleven levitates the Millennium Falcon. Yeah. Not a vessel or a ship that looks like it, literally the iconic Star Wars ship.
Why not?
And of course, as you'd expect, Lucasfilm, and to be more specific, Kathleen Kennedy, said no. And he finishes by saying that Starfighter has the spectacle and...
Kathleen Kennedy said, wait. You want a toy from this IP, Star Wars, to be in the most watched television show in the world? Nah.
And they kind of actually did it in the first season. Because there was a part an episode in the first season where they have 11 hitting in the house and they was asking her to levitate the Starfighter action figure, and she didn't do it, but she did eventually move it when no one was around.
And Kathleen Palpatine, she's like, you know what? I know Stranger Things is a dandy show, and I know like it'll do when do we ever see this? 3,000 millions of minutes watched. But nah, bro, you know what? I don't want, because it's from the wrong trilogy. Like if you would have chose one of Rey's ships or maybe Poe Dameron, absolutely. But that Millennium Falco, we don't use the Millennium Falco. It doesn't matter. And she didn't want to have it there, and it is due. So next week she's leaving. By the next time we talk here on the stream, Kathleen Palpatine will no longer be in charge, and she's not going to return. And she's 72. And I'm happy. 90% happy, 10% concerned.
Why do you think she's going to continue, or they're going to continue on the Rey train, Darius?
Oh, because a week ago, I thought it was a little bit over a week ago, but I guess a week ago, she said, Daisy Ridley, from her mouth, Daisy Ridley has stated to, what is this, Prada? I think that's not Prada. Maybe it's Prada. That while progress on the forthcoming movie set in the New Jedi Order movie for the New Jedi Order movie is slow, it is moving forward. Meanwhile, she also has praises for the Star Wars Starfighter ensemble, adding that Lucasfilm is very high on it. She wants everybody to know that her film is going to be worth the wait.
That's nothing.
I don't know why that's nothing.
That is nothing.
It's just like we said.
Darius,
Kathleen,
when did she say
may be leaving, but that stench of what she had prepared is going to stay.
Darius, when are they filming the movie? When did they start filming?
I have no clue.
Is the script finished?
The script doesn't have to be finished because her first appearance
Darius,
is supposed to be in
say
Starfighter. Her first appearance is back is in Starfighter. It's not in her own film. It's in Starfighter.
That's not
why would she tell the tabloids, hey guys, you haven't seen me since whatever the last fucking
Then
movie
it's
was,
nothing,
but I'm
Darius.
showing
If
up
she
in
didn't say
Starfighter."
it, she didn't give us anything tangible about
That
when they're
doesn't mean-
shooting.
Marcus,
She didn't
Marcus,
say shit.
Hold on.
I'm excited.
Hold on. Understand what you're saying. That would be like Chris Evans telling us before the trailer came out, hey guys, I'm in Doomsday.
She didn't say she was in Starfighter. That is not
Chris
what came out of
Evans
your
didn't
mouth.
say he's gonna be
Not
in
what she
Doomsday.
said. It's not what the hell she said. She said it's moving, even
would
though
she
it's
say that?
delayed, it's moving along. That is not the move. What the fuck does moving along mean?
Yes,
What is
she's
that?
talking about her film. Her first appearance back from episode 9 is in Starfighter. I'm not going to tell the tabloids to spoil that for everybody. Tell, hey, by the way, I'm in Starfighter.
Okay.
Why would she do that?
If that was the plan, because that's what we're talking about here. We're talking about Filoni changing that, right? I was talking about whether or not her film, the Rey trilogy that was planned with Kennedy, is on the tracks. It's still moving forward with Filoni. I was asking you why you think that train is still going. Now, if the answer to that was her saying, "Oh, I know it's been delayed a couple times now, but it's still happening." Okay, you can shove that. That don't sound like nothing tangible to me. Doesn't sound like shit. It sounds like she's kicking the can down the road because she don't have no answers either.
The reason I am clinging to what she is saying in that without her giving any tangible whatever the fuck is because her next appearance is in Starfighter. No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that her next appearance is in Starfighter. But her next appearance is in Starfighter, which is going to lead us into her new order because she's taking that fucking kid is getting ushered to her to get trained.
Let's say I believe you. That's the
leak. That's the plot.
Not even that I believe you. Let's say that's where we're at. That's where we're at, right? She's in the movie. They're giving the kid to Rey. She is going to be an after credit scene. Okay, cool. That's where we at right now, Dave Filoni. So as your first official thing as the head of creative over there at Lucasfilm, change that shit. Because if he knowingly walks us right back into a whole nother Rey saga, then he's really no different than what we were just getting from Kathleen Kennedy. If that's what you're telling me you think, then okay,
either that or Dave is going to do what he's doing with Ahsoka, and I'm assuming he's doing this with Ahsoka, delaying Ahsoka to go in there and tinker with shit he wants to put in there and throw all the Star Wars knowledge he has in there. And then with whatever project you want to do, whatever Kathleen already had set up, he might, I don't know, I wasn't in these rooms, but may be honoring those projects. I'm going to continue to let you have what you had going on. It doesn't interfere with my stuff.
Sinking the company. It was sinking the studio. Why would we continue doing the things that was turning the audience away now that you have the reins? Now, again, it's totally possible that that's the way it goes. I'm not ruling it out. I'm saying, though, again.
And we've also heard Dave come out and support Kathy. Now, maybe that's just because
she was his boss. Yeah,
it could have just been because she was his boss. Or maybe he really does support Kathy.
I mean,
I'm giving Starfighter and I'm giving Mandalorian and Grogu, these two movies, they've been produced during the Kennedy era, that are going to happen. The movies after that, though, then I can give Dave Filoni full on blame for everything.
I don't know where Arthur's getting his newest reports from, but you might want to Google that, Twitter that, something with that.
He's not changing anything.
It's been delayed. They're going back and they're redoing some things.
So then hold on, wait a goddamn minute. Starfighter is finished. They went back and changed the ending. Kathleen Kennedy is announced to be moving on. Her successors are named. They're going back and they're changing season 2 of Ahsoka. It's delayed.
Yeah, they could be
Does
changing.
that not sound like we're pivoting? That doesn't
Yeah.
sound like we're changing shit.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta see what the changes are. I gotta know what they are.
With this in the studio, that doesn't sound like changes or a change of regime, a change of focus, a change of direction. If we're going back and we're changing things in cinematic, we're changing things on the television side as well. It sounds like there's a narrative change.
But what are they changing in Starfighter? What's being changed in Starfighter?
They took out the goddamn race scene.
We don't know that. We know that they changed the ending.
I just don't think that.
He better.
Man, there are two things. Well, that's one of the main ones, I guess.
You gotta get that shit up out of here.
But I know that's what a lot of Star Wars, and I haven't said anything about it. I haven't retweeted it. I know a lot of Star Wars fans are anticipating this big change with Dave, but I don't think the change is going to be the change that a lot of people think it is. I think the change is going to be like, I could be wrong. I'm going to do my thing, my projects, because I got told even on Clone Wars, the reason Clone Wars season 6 is the way the half-ass shit that it is because I got told, no. That's too much. Pull back. We're not doing all that. So maybe, and then when he got season 7, he didn't get to do everything he wanted to do, but he got to go in there and add some of the shit he wanted to do that he had originally planned. So maybe it's one of those things where I'm going to play my shit. I'm going to play with my toys. You play with your toys. And we'll see where this whole thing lands. Kathy, you had your shit already planned. You want to throw Rey in Starfighter? Go for it. I'm doing some shit over here with Abeloth and Ahsoka. I'm not worried about Rey and Starfighter and whoever the fuck these new characters are.
So does it end up being kind of like Henry Cavill and Black Adam? Like it doesn't go anywhere even if she is in Starfighter? I don't see Dave Filoni greenlighting another trilogy with Daisy Ridley. I don't. And if he does,
let me find this for Arthur.
Then I'll hang it up.
Brother, I gotta find this.
I'm just looking at the comment. I know Darius got us.
Yeah, let me find this for Arthur really quick because
he said you cope.
There's a reason we are sitting up here and y'all are in the chat. This is what we do. I know what I'm talking about. Let me find it for you, though, really quick.
Hold up. Tom Cruise directed a lightsaber battle, supposedly, in Starfighter. This changes everything, Wink.
That's a fact.
Big whoop. Okay, look. I know it doesn't change everything. I still think it's a fun factoid that during that scene when they're in the muddy waters, Tom Cruise was holding alone. He's not big of a Star Wars fan. If I was a big Star Wars fan, I was allowed on set, and I was allowed to interact that way, that'd be really cool.
Okay. Ahsoka season 2 is delayed. Can I put this link in the
if the release is delayed, that could be a true statement. But as Star Wars Meg says in the update, during the UK Disney release schedule, they do say 2026.
Do I give this in the private? I just want to know because I've been told I'm coping. I've been told it's. I just want to know where I put this. Where do I drop this link? Where do I drop this? This was 2 days ago. 2 days ago.
Yeah, man. It sounds like to me that he finally got the big chair, and he's like, "Bet, all right, call the guys over at Ahsoka. We got some shit to change." Steve. Delete that whole fucking scene, or not Steve. Sean, delete that whole fucking scene with Daisy. Don't tell her, but delete it. All right. Next up, Abeloth. Ideas. Let's go. That's what I imagine happened the day that he heard he was getting Kathleen Kennedy's job. And if it was anything less than that, I'm severely disappointed. For sure. For sure.
Chill is in the private chat. You can pull it up.
What am I pulling up?
The article from the Direct about Ahsoka being delayed. Because the alternative to all of that is that is like what Darius said. They're gonna let Kathleen's stuff ride. He'll try to do his stuff on the other side, and we'll still have this split narrative universe going on in Lucasfilm for a little while until he can totally figure out what to do. It's not a hard question to me. What's making the money go up and what's making the money go down? The race shit, every time they put some of that stuff out there. But Mando was the highest point that they've ever had on Disney Plus, right? Cinematically, I think the Skywalker saga is pretty dead. So moving on to something completely new, like Sean Levy said he wanted to do when he came in and made this goddamn movie, seems a lot better than driving us back into the diminishing product that we had before. So I don't see it making business sense. I don't even know why would you need to respect Kathleen Kennedy's business making decisions after she's gone? Why? Unless, again, and we talked about in the beginning, Carrie Beck is the plant, and she's there to make sure that Kathleen's stuff gets through.
The vessel.
Well, that's why when I haven't said anything on it. I don't really speak on Star Wars anymore. I'm very excited for the Maul series. Very excited. Cannot wait for it. But that's where my excitement stops. I mean, Ahsoka season 2, of course, too. But my excitement stops at those two. I don't know what Mando and Grogu is going to do for anything in the fandom or anybody or their box office. And
that's what we really need to work on is that movie.
Yeah, and that's why when Chill said Carrie Beck and was like, oh, I've seen her name at the end of Clone Wars things. And, hey, brother, Carrie Beck is not an ally. she is not an ally. Carrie Beck is one of the sycophants over there with Kathy. It's like if Kathy's Trump, she's JD. It's you cut off one head, two more will come. So she's gonna be hovering over Dave, I'm sure, because Dave is he higher than her, or are they the same position?
I don't. They didn't specifically name Carrie Beck's position.
On the website, she right now is lower than he is.
Okay. And
then when the news thing comes out, they're going to say that he's a president and someone else. Lennon Brennan is the other president. Carrie Beck is still below Dave Filoni on this tree.
Let's hope she stays there after her promotion.
Yeah, let's hope she stays there. Yeah, they need to be worried about Mando Grogu.
What did she do? I know you told me she's not an ally. What did she do?
There's just certain like stories and things from behind the scenes, like all things with even with Kathy, things from behind the scenes that she has contributed things to projects being cut, contributed to the dysfunction of the fandom. I mean, like I said, she was Kathy's right hand. Maybe still is Kathy's.
What are the things though? Because maybe one of the things she did I might disagree is dysfunctional or bad to the fandom. Maybe I might agree with Carrie.
Let's see.
Being Kathleen Kennedy's handpick is enough for me. Like,
if she was Moses' Ingram's, if she was behind that campaign of, hey, let's get Ewan McGregor to do a video in his car to speak out against racism, I'm not mad at Carrie Beck for that.
No, I don't know anything about that. I don't know if that was them or I don't know whose idea that was. But
you think that was a good idea?
What, the Ewan thing?
No, I'm talking to Chill. You thought that was a good idea?
With the Ewing thing? The Ewan McGregor
they stop being mean to Moses thing.
Oh, I don't have a problem with it either. Like, do I think it's a good idea? No, because when you do the video, you draw attention to racism and you let it get larger. But the intention is, I'm gonna give them points for that. Like, hey, racism's bad. Let's speak out against it. I'm not gonna be mad at you, Carrie Beck.
Have you ever heard the saying the road to hell is littered with good intentions?
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you that the outcome, like that's how I started. So that's what it did. It provided attention to racism. It mainstreamed it, and they could have left it in the little zones of pockets of the fandom.
So then you do criticize the decision making then?
Yes, I do.
So you don't disagree with Darius?
I introduced that Carrie Beck was behind that initiative.
I'm saying when he was talking about how what Carrie Beck did
Oh.
and how she wasn't an ally, you said I may agree with Carrie Beck. You don't agree with Carrie Beck, you agree with Darius.
No, I agree with her intention though. Like what I'm trying to say is that I need a specific example of Carrie Beck doing something that is hurtful to the brand or hurtful at least to the content. Like I just chose a random ass example. I don't sound like I agree or disagree with Darius. I got to hear him give me the example. I just used one for the sake of using one.
This is going to be an interesting turn of events, and I can't wait to see how it all plays out. Meanwhile, George Lucas and his wife are up in Chicago getting that museum open. Have y'all seen that museum?
The way you stuttered, I thought you were going to say divorce.
Oh, no. No.
The museum, the art museum, the George
The
Lucas
art museum.
Center.
And he had to make sure and tell people, he said, look, it's an art museum. It is not a Star Wars museum. Because people saw that and immediately, oh, man, it's going to be a Star Wars museum. He said, no, it's not a Star Wars museum.
Until you just said it, I thought it was a Star Wars museum.
He didn't even want to put Star Wars artifacts in there. I think there's like I think he said there's like a few, but he didn't want to.
It is like you gotta think with a Star Wars museum, that would have to be a museum that's dedicated all to itself, where it's just nothing but Star
Would
Wars.
he even be able to do that since Disney technically owns the right to all of that stuff? I don't even know if he'd be able to make a Star Wars specific
good point.
museum.
That's a good point.
How was I the devil's advocate, level head, moderate? What?
Yeah,
So
I
you
don't.
remove that.
Go ahead.
CJ says, so you remove that people are suddenly lost. Kathy Kennedy has been living rent-free in the fandom. So you remove that, people are suddenly lost. No, I think those angry Star Wars people are still going to be angry. Like Star Wars had a negative, like, since the prequels, even before that, the Ewoks, the Christmas special, there's always been that. So that's not going away.
They're at such a place with Star Wars where it really doesn't matter. You're going to have people that are going to hate it just because they want to hate it, but they've dug that hole. They have done that to themselves. You were on such a high with The Mandalorian. The fact that you couldn't just ride that high and continue to release content like that first season,
it's embarrassing, bro.
It's beyond me.
It's embarrassing where they were at after season 2 of Mando Grogu when Luke came back, and where they ended up. Oh my God!
Season 3 was abysmal.
Abysmal.
And Dave Filoni had a front row seat because he did direct the episode of Book of Boba Fett featuring Luke and Grogu, and he decided to go back. He was there watching Kathleen Kennedy go, no, put this in Book of Boba Fett. They did not fit at all, but we need to sell toys, and effed with Jon Favreau's vision. And Dave Filoni's been friends longer with Favreau than he has with Kennedy.
Remember when they did
my bad, Tori, and I didn't mean to cut you off.
Remember the episode that they did where they had Ahsoka in there? Oh my God, that Mandalorian and Grogu episode that had I think that was season 2, because that was like it was a filler episode, but it worked because we know that was promo for her show, and that was the first time we saw Ahsoka in live action, and people online, myself included, went crazy when we saw that.
Are we talking about in season 2 or in season 3, the episode with Luke?
Season 2, episode 5, the Jedi.
Season 2.
Oh, the Jedi. Okay, yeah.
That was when they were still going for internet breaking type of moments, right? They were trying to get people to watch
at
Disney
3 a.m.
Literally, I was staying up all night to see those episodes.
No, that was a good time. That was a
good
great
time. It was a fun time. It's just, and it's crazy that you just, again, you dropped that. You dropped the ball on that, and now you're in a hole that I don't see them ever really getting out of. Ever.
And then it was it season 1 or season 2 when Luke showed up at the end? Was that season 1? 2? Or that was season 2. It was season 2.
I remember they had him show up again in season 3.
They did.
Or no. I'm sorry. It's the Book of Boba Fett. It was the Book of Boba Fett because
his show Mando season 3.
Yes. Yeah.
Mando 2.5.
And when in that part where he comes up, when he pulls up on the ship, and it was like, who was this? Because they didn't know who it was. He just came up in the fighter jet, and he pulled in there, and all the smoke was there, and all you heard was the lightsaber, and it was green. When I tell you every reactor, that was every reactor's wet dream right there. Every Star Wars fan went crazy with that part. Even people who were casual fans of Star Wars who probably didn't know the lore, but they knew that Skywalker name when that lightsaber was pushed out in the smoke, and he's fighting in the smoke. I'm like, that whole scene was nice. That is what,
honestly,
like you said, that's the formula they should have kept. It did. It was literally. It reminded me of Vader, and I was like, "Oh, okay, we see what you're doing. You got a father-son thing going there." So I see what y'all did there.
It brought the excitement because it's like, you know, the same thing we are cry about with Black Panther. You brought the franchise's main character back, and you showed him the respect that people have been. I'm telling you, if Lucasfilm tomorrow announced that they're doing some type of, like, and seriously announced, not like, oh, we're doing this, and 2 weeks later, psych, no, we're not. We're giving you some anime bullshit, what if stuff. If they announce tomorrow they're doing a Luke Skywalker project, the fandom might just be like, okay, okay,
gotta do
one more chance.
One more chance.
Mark Hamill has done voice work before. He can voice Luke Skywalker somewhere between Return of the Jedi and between what's it called, Force Awakens. What was Luke up to? You can do some animated show there and make everyone happy. It won't happen with Kennedy because, as we just saw, Sean Livy asked, "Can I use the Millennium Falcon in Stranger Things?" And she said, "Nah, bro, nah, none of that stuff. I know 1980s, I get it. No, you can't use it." Okay, but
I saw people on Twitter, and I agree. And I've said this before here and on Chill and I's morning show. That you want to delete stuff, you got to use. I know David said the world between worlds is not a time machine. You can't change. You got to retcon that. You got to use that motherfucker to change shit, because if you really want the fandom, I mean, somewhat back, maybe go back, retcon it back to 6, and then do proper Skywalker, Luke, Leia, their children, Han and Leia's kids. Do the proper stuff. Do it right, and you could do the Luke face that you used in Boba Fett, Book of Boba Fett.
That's how you properly do an effect like that, because I really believe that was
a real person. Yes,
I really believe that was Mark Hamill.
yeah, that was dope. That looked great. So yeah,
so I asked y'all this earlier. Do you think that Favreau changes his mind? He sticks around a little bit longer?
I think they've had the conversation, because I need you. I'm not saying like I need you, like, well, please, but like, we work so good together. We had a cohesive story already set up until this evil witch came in and destroyed it all. we had this whole thing. By now we should be seeing Grogu talking, doing flipping out his lightsaber with, I'm talking. Yeah.
That's why
season 4. Let's do it.
Right, because honestly, since they are coming out with that Mando and Grogu movie, that's what I would have preferred to see from him, from the Grogu character in this movie, is him using the lightsaber. I mean, what was the point of him going off with Luke at the end of season 2 to do his training, and he hasn't even done that yet?
But see, Kathy didn't like that. She said, no, that doesn't sell merchandise. Him going off with Luke, we can't sell that. He's gone. He's not here. So
she needs to be gone.
It leaked, bro. And when it leaked,
into a galaxy far, far away.
When the original leaks that came out for that season 3, or season 3, I think it was, stuff. One of the leaks that came out said that he's going to be in some type of Iron Man type suit, Grogu. And I said, no, bullshit. No, he's not. And then when it happened, I said, oh, wow.
It was a toy.
They did that. So I really, and this Mando Grogu film is, I don't know what I really don't know how they're marketing this. And the reason I say that is because you're giving, Mando and Grogu, cool. Those are, I guess, the 2 characters that you could say maybe could be the draw, but you're now promoting Jabba's son, who nobody knows unless you watch the Clone Wars movie, the animated Clone Wars movie in 2008. You don't know his son. And then you're marketing another Clone Wars character, Embo, who's a bounty hunter that only shows up in Clone Wars. So unless you watched Clone Wars, you don't know who these people are in Mando and Grogu.
I still hope there's
Did you buy this
something
toy?
hidden.
That shit.
Did you buy
I
it?
hope there's something
Hell
hidden
no.
in that
Did you have a
narrative.
Grogu
for
though?
Mando
Yeah,
Grogu.
you're right
I do
there.
have a Grogu.
Nice. Sorry, Marcus.
I was just gonna say, I hope there's something hidden in that narrative for Grogu. That it's not just a buddy cop film where he saves Jabba the Hutt's son. Like that is just even conceptually, that doesn't sound like a film that deserves a theatrical release. And I am not one that claims things need to go on streaming. That sounds like a straight to streaming movie.
Mando was at his peak when we was calling Grogu Baby Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
that's when Mando was at his peak, when we didn't know his real name, so we just kept calling him Baby Yoda.
Well,
actually, the episode he got his name in, that was the one where Ahsoka Tano comes up and just says it, like after she reads his mind and stuff. Grogu, that's his name. And then Din was like Grogu, and he turned around, huh? That moment,
that's another
man.
issue. He's not speaking. I've seen people comparing the Mando Grogu. If he does talk, they've been comparing. I didn't watch that movie, the Pokemon movie where Pikachu, I guess, tells Ash, "I love you," and they've been comparing it to that. Like, I bet you his speaking moment is gonna be some shit like this. And I'm like, bro, if it's like him at the very end saying like some dumbass shit. We already know he's not talking because he's doing the same goo goo gaga stuff that he's been doing since.
Can we get a time jump in this movie? Can we do something?
I don't know.
If
I don't
they
know.
time jump 1 year and then the movie just starts with him saying words, not perfectly, but he's talking, then I can go, yeah, it's been a year since we've seen him. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think I saw some people saying like they feel like it'll take away the cuteness factor if he starts talking. I said how?
Good.
I said how? Well, they want to keep that cuteness factor with him there, because it's more appealing to kids. But he can still have like a childlike voice. But he's
always going to be small. Like Yoda is not
Yoda was small.
Yeah, Yoda's not unattractive to kids because he's a warrior. He's still sells plenty of merch. I think the idea ultimately for Grogu was to build an ultimate warrior, right? The unison between Jedi and Mandalorian, something legendary. We can't do that if you're still changing his diapers. Like we got to move this along. Man.
And
like
you can still sell all the T-shirts and merchandise when he was a baby. Doesn't mean that's going away. Groot still has Baby Groot items selling out of it everywhere, and he's grown and he speaks now. He says,
"I am Groot.
I love you guys."
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I really don't expect Mando and Grogu to do anything at the box office. Honestly, I'm expecting 500 or below.
Oh, that would be something though. That would be something because the budget was somewhere in the 100 millions, so 500 would be okay.
And it's crazy because I think Mandalorian and Grogu, if I'm not mistaken, comes out the week after Mortal Kombat 2.
Let me do one better. What did Solo make? I think it makes a little bit more than that.
Yeah, Solo was like
in the
380
or something like that.
Was it 4? My bad.
That's where I'm putting it. I'm putting
393.
I'm putting it in the fours with I'm putting it in the fours. I don't really see this, and maybe because of the Mando Grogu name, that might bring people.
It will.
What's gonna hurt it? I think what's going to hurt Mando and Grogu is because of the stain it left in a lot of fans' mouths with the abysmal third season. I think if the third season actually landed the way that it should have, this movie probably would it wouldn't be that much concern for it. But what I think was gonna push this movie, if it gets a push, is it's gonna have a strong word of mouth from people who saw it and said that it was good.
It's gonna be a great trailer too.
And it'll have to get people to say the people who were kind of on the back burner about it will say, oh, so I've heard some people say it was good, the ratings was good. Okay, now let me go and see it for myself. I think that's what's gonna do it in.
Is anyone here on the panel or in chat waiting to hear the movie was good and then you're gonna go and see Mando Grogu? Because I'm concerned. I think that is.
I think that's what's gonna have a strong word of mouth thing where people said that it was good, and it's got to be a high majority count of people saying that it was good. Like I'm talking about like 85 and higher for people to say that it was good for them to say, okay, I'll go watch it.
So now, I think a narrative MacGuffin would help them in that. Like it feels very mundane on what they're building up for that movie right now. So like I don't want to call it straight up bait and switch, but like hiding something underneath the superficial stuff that you've released about the film would help with that. And what that could be is what you were talking about. He's building up over there in Ahsoka land with Abeloth. Maybe he has some sort of overarching Abeloth villain that's in there that kind of connects that in Ahsoka season 2. It's got to be something. It's got to be something. This movie is dead in the water if it's centered around Jabba's son, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. With all that shit I just said, I won't be there first day, but maybe first weekend. I'll probably be there first weekend.
And the budget, and I was actually shocked that the budget for this movie was actually surprisingly low for a Star Wars type movie.
That's because it was originally season 4.
Yeah, but they said it only cost like 166 million to make. So if the movie made about if the movie made about $500 million, it already made back its budget.
That's it. Yeah,
thank you to Johnny.
It would be that would so it doesn't have to make that much really technically to become about. It doesn't need to make $1 billion. I will say.
I guess when I say a success, let me get out the box office, and that's my fault because I even said somewhere between 4 whatever. It's not going to do any favors for the current state of the fandom. None.
Jon Favreau is directing and wrote this movie. I'm not counting him out.
I'm not counting John out either. I mean, again, we're forgetting. This was season 4. They just said, hey, let's make it a movie.
So
I'm not
season
counting
4,
it out.
Hold on now. I think this was in place of what was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because he still has
there are elements
on his desk.
Yeah. There are some elements I think that he's using.
I think if they stick the landing with this, that means that they probably learned from their mistake with what happened with season 3. And I think they said, let's go ahead and release this as a movie. I guess maybe as a filler type of thing. That way it can lead us into, and I guess to say this is a test. If this movie does well, we'll release season 4. However, if it is not, we just gonna have to keep season 4 where it's at.
Well,
that feels like a setup. Feels like a setup.
I thought they had said if this film does good, then they have 2 more sequels for this film, like going to theaters.
Yeah.
And so I guess if it makes 500, is that them saying, "Oh yeah, well we'll do 2 more in theaters"?
Mm-hmm.
Off 166 million, maybe. I mean, you could justify it as long as you keep a similar budget. Now, the thing is, you do 500 on 166. Well, the money people would be like, all right, we'll increase this to about 250. Now we're expecting you to make 700, 800 million dollars. And so narratively, I guess it would still need something more than just a random Lethal Weapon episode with Star Wars characters.
Well, I'm being that Star Wars is my favorite IP ever. I'm rooting for them. I want them to be able to come out of this whatever, but I don't know. When I'm thinking come out of this, and granted, yeah, Mando and Grogu were great title names in 2018 or whatever, but you need to. I'm not, and they proved that you don't have to swing a lightsaber to get views. But you need to get back to some force and some excitement.
Get back to some familiarity.
Yeah, you might be saying, "Oh, well, that's Starfighter." Okay.
Because people love to see like that. That's why I brought up the Ahsoka episode, because that was up until that point the first time we saw a lightsaber anything in that show, and I think that's like and then her character and how she wields those double lightsabers, and so people was very excited about that, and she became a fan favorite because of Clone Wars. So yeah, I completely understand.
But the mall show, that should be great. That should be great. Anything I like. Yeah, they're animated. They typically hit on that animated side.
Now I gotta ask you, Darius, because since you're like the Star Wars person, what did you think of the Acolyte?
Oh, I hated that. Were you not here during those? I hated that.
I must have missed it.
No, I hated that. That was not my.
Even the lightsaber battle in the Force. I think that was probably the best part of the whole show.
Which
I
one?
thought the battle,
the Jedi's got slayed, or the last one.
Yeah, the Jedi getting slayed. I didn't even watch the whip stuff. I thought the battle between him and X-23, that was great. Hers was her choreography. The choreography was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was quick. It wasn't this slow ass episode 4. You know, they were moving. They were moving, and I liked it.
We will not disrespect New Hope in here.
Hey, I love A New Hope. The lightsaber battles don't get good till 5.
They are.
But
what?
They're not even good in 5.
No. It's a little bit faster. It's a
so
bit
wait. Obi-Wan Vader. When Vader takes out Obi-Wan, that was a dog shit saber fight.
Are you talking about?
Okay.
New
All right.
Hope.
I don't have time to argue. It's already 12:30. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, no, I didn't say it was a dog shit battle fight.
I was talking to Chill over there shaking his head.
Yeah, no. It's not one of my it's not one of my favorites though. But they get faster in Empire. Him and Vader's fight is a lot faster in Empire.
He doesn't. Oh man.
For me, I do like Game of Thrones, but I'm not comparing a swords fight to a lightsaber. They may be the same thing. But we were shown an elevation of lightsaber fighting with Phantom Menace, and I will not regress from that. We were shown an elevation of lightsaber fighting with Phantom Menace.
Only because of Maul
And Ewan McGregor.
Lightsaber, but the style that Qui-Gon deployed was nothing different from what we saw in Obi-Wan.
Wait.
The way
the style,
the way that Qui-Gon fought with his saber is the same thing we got out of
my
Obi-Wan.
thing is lightsaber fights have progressively gotten better and better and better.
As they should. I guess so. Yeah,
and faster and fast.
Because
there's a standard for them.
Because listen, but when they had the fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, the way they were moving, they were moving so fast with the. I remember watching behind the scenes stuff when they first when they were rehearsing this, and Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen were moving so fast that sometimes they would literally pause when I say this, poke each other with the prop, and they had to stop because they were moving way too fast, even outside of the speed of the choreography that they were supposed to do. They'd say, okay, we got to really, really catch this because y'all are moving way, way too fast. Like they were going extremely fast but it was good though, because that's one of the best lightsaber battles fights ever put on screen. And for the first time, and for the first time having both of the lightsabers be the same color. Both of them fighting with a blue lightsaber.
Yeah. No, I love the saber battle between Anakin and Obi-Wan in the final season, or the final scene on the Revenge of the Sith.
In
Mustafar. But I'm also a sucker for the old school stuff. I'm a sucker for the originals.
You said and I'm saying there's no but. I like
I am a sucker for the originals. I don't.
All right, well then
I understand.
I agree. You are a sucker. You are
even
there is not one lightsaber duel in New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. There's not one lightsaber duel there.
That's an opinion. I disagree.
Even when we first saw, Yoda use his lightsaber against what's his name, Count Dooku. And when we first saw that was a moment because we never saw Yoda use his lightsaber or fight. Like we never saw that. So that was a moment right there. Even when Anakin, before he got his hand cut off, he used 2 lightsabers at the same time, which of course we never knew that was going to lead up to Ahsoka using her double lightsabers, because Ahsoka wasn't a character at that time.
That's what Ahsoka season 2 needs. It needs to have a lightsaber duel. I guess it'd be her versus Baylan Skoll. Who else does she really have to fight, right? That would have to be
yeah, and like John sees in the chat, the fight between Yoda and Palpatine when they was throwing the chairs inside of the room at each other, like that was crazy too. Like Revenge of the Sith, they stuck the landing with that one, with that whole sequence right there.
I love the sequels. You're not gonna have me, or excuse me, the prequels. You're not gonna have me. I won't.
Nah, you love the
disrespect
sequels
anyway. No, I do not like the sequels. I love the prequels. I won't speak bad about them.
You like that?
There's still there was
and that's why I said
Anakin
I don't-
Vader 1. There was Obi-Wan Vader. Like those things had to happen for us to get to the stuff that y'all talking about. I saw
Mace
that
with the purple
stuff
and Mace with
first.
the purple lightsaber.
Who's that? Mace Windu?
Mace
Yeah,
Windu
like,
with the purple lightsaber.
yeah.
And Samuel Jackson requested that. He said, "I don't want my lightsaber to look like everybody else. I want mine to stand alone." He said, "Make mine's purple," and it worked.
That's the character I want in Star Wars. You know,
Mace
I did the
Windu?
math. He's gonna be 105 years old when Rey, Finn, and Poe face Palpatine again in Rise of Skywalker. He's 105 years old. Human beings live that long, and I'm just saying a Jedi could probably figure it out. There's less blood to go to because he's got an arm cut off, so he basically can live that long, and he could still be in that sequels era.
And speaking of things that did piss me off about the sequel trilogy, they got rid of Snoke. They got rid of Snoke before we really got to know what his storyline was. I said that could have been a formidable. That could have been a formidable villain right there. But
That's
oh
the
no,
result of flip-flopping directors in the middle of a
that is why after the last, because they killed Snoke in the Last Jedi. After the Last Jedi, I was done. I was mad because I was like, y'all killed Snoke. I was so interested. I mean, y'all present this figure to us like this threat. Over the course of the first movie, we keep hearing his name, we keep seeing him in the shadows and all types of stuff like that, and you show him in the second one, and only to kill him.
It was the beginning of the end. It was literally the beginning of the end, from the killing of Snoke to the premature, I guess, character switch of Kylo Ren. The decision to go away from Abrams' idea of what to do with Luke and turn him into a fucking hermit. Literally, everything that went wrong with that series started in Last Jedi.
And what they did with Finn. Did you say what they did with Finn?
What they did with Finn.
Okay, what they did with Finn. Because initially, like, I think didn't they say like George Lucas had a whole thing of what he wanted Finn to actually.
Finn was going to be a Jedi.
He was supposed to be would have been one that Finn's story would have been one of the best Star Wars stories since Luke Skywalker.
A clone to be a Jedi, a force sensitive clone.
Exactly. That was something that was never seen before that could have worked. And they like you said, they pivoted to some. I'm not trying to get into that. I never, to this day, I haven't watched The Rise of Skywalker. Don't plan on it.
This is what hey, chill. If this is this that link I just sent?
Yeah.
Okay, skip forward a little bit. This is what I mean when I say there's a standard now. This is animation. This is how hard they were going behind the scenes for
fighting
season 7's.
It's going to be really long fighting.
Amazing to play Darth Maul again. We've just been hitting it hard, you know, coming up with some new stuff. It's been really nice. We're trying to do as much as we can, you know, butterfly twists and flips and corkscrews. You know, that'll be fun.
We get the speed of Maul. We get moves that are inherent to Rey.
Ahsoka Tano.
Where was Carrie Beck over there in the background? Was she sitting behind Dave Filoni?
She gave her a speech before they got started and they left.
Okay.
And by the way, in case y'all are unaware, Ray Park also played Toad in the first X-Men movie. Just in case you didn't know.
In case you were wondering what gets struck, what happens to the
Toad?
Toad?
That is Toad.
Oh, yeah,
That
he played
him.
Toad. Yeah, that was him.
He was Snake Eyes too in G.I. Joe.
Oh, that was him underneath the suit.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Nice.
Yeah,
again, I'm not, I understand that, you know, 30, 40 plus years have passed since the first three films came out. The lightsaber fighting form that they're fighting is an actual form of martial arts now that didn't exist all the way back there, right? So of course it's more intricate. The cameras are better. They're doing more. None of that takes away from first being the first.
No, it doesn't take away from it.
You gotta
It doesn't take away. It doesn't take away from it. But I would like, if I personally want a Vader film where I get to see peak Vader, not where I'm watching old man Vader.
But why do you even like Vader if not for those films? Like you can't, you know.
No,
what I mean?
I love. Okay, don't get me wrong. I love it. But since those films, we've expanded on our knowledge of Vader. We've had comics, we've had books, we've had a comic of him standing in the middle of Tatooine, surrounded by thousands of rebels, and said, "All I see is dead men." I want that Vader. I don't want Vader that's I want that Vader. I want Vader that went down the hallway in Rogue One.
I was getting ready to bring that up. I was getting ready to bring that up. That one scene in Rogue One was so perfectly done. That was a 10 out of 10 scene.
Y'all are proving my point for me. Y'all proving my point for me. Rogue One was literally built off of a saga that we had already seen 30 years earlier. So the fact that you got to see a more intricate part of Rogue One is literally proving my point. Like we had to get the originals. The original is the only reason why you're longing for this new shit that you're talking about.
Like that's great. I love the originals. Like every time somebody asks me, "What's your favorite?" Episode 5, and then you ask me my next. It's the originals are not in comparison. What I'm saying is we've expanded on that. Now, if I only had episodes 4, 5, and 6, I wouldn't know any better. I'd be like, oh well, that's Vader. Maybe somewhere down the line I'd be talking and say, I wish we could have a more faster, but I wouldn't know any better. But I know better because I've seen better. I've seen Vader do more things. So I want to see him. I want to see him do more.
Yeah.
I want to see him cut down. Like when people say projects that we want to see upcoming. For me personally, I want that Vader project.
A moment that even a moment that Vader had, and I don't know, like when they had the Obi-Wan show, when he held the starfighter from flying away, he just stood there and just stuck his arm, and that thing got stuck in mid-flight as it was trying to fly away, and he wouldn't let go of it. Eventually, he did. He just kind of like released it, and they had to get back on course because he like almost knocked it out of the sky. That just showed his level of power, just standing there and holding his arm out and holding this giant jet from flying away. Now, I will say this. The fight between him and Obi-Wan at the end of the last episode of Obi-Wan, they did kind of do some kind of goofy stuff with that, with the rocks and all, with the rocks and going.
Goofy.
He said the series was goofy.
Yeah, that series was goofy. Had Vader running, or Obi-Wan running from Vader in the desert, Vader trying to get revenge by dragging him through the fire. Like, it's just like a bunch of, I was like, what are we?
Well, I'm happy to inform you it's not canon because Princess Leia never meets Obi-Wan Kenobi in actual Star Wars.
Such a big oversight, right? Like such a huge oversight that they didn't even attempt to explain. It's like, who's writing this shit?
She didn't even know who Obi-Wan was. I mean, if you go from that, then you go watch episode 4. She says, years ago, you served with my father in the Clone Wars.
She ain't say shit about, you rescued me that one time from Vader.
Remember that? You remember me that time when you left Tatooine and you said you would never leave Tatooine, but you left my twin brother there and you came face to face with a lightsaber and should have never came face to face with a lightsaber. But now he's seen a lightsaber.
If there's one thing that we can count on Dave Filoni to fix at Lucasfilm, it'll be shit like that. I don't think that they will have the type of like narrative blunders based on the lore, the chronology of Star Wars. We won't see so much of that.
I want to see more Black Chrysanthemum. That makes somebody. That's one person.
They really did mess up a lot of canon stuff. In Obi-Wan, like the biggest for me is anyone knowing who Anakin is, or that Anakin's Vader. I hate that when she said that. God, I hated that. But the second thing is Luke seeing a lightsaber before he sat down with Obi-Wan in his hut and turned on the lightsaber. Yeah. You would think if Moses Ingram coming at him with a red lightsaber, that'd be something.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, instead he was in episode 4. Oh, what's this? Putting it all up in his eye and shit. So
if they wanted to get away with that, they should have made the kids younger. Now that's hard because you hiring actors, but you should have got them at like ages like 3 or 4. Because now the memory, it's not fully set. Maybe they don't remember all the shit that happened. But like she was clearly old enough that she would have remembered that kind of stuff.
What if at the end of the last episode, I'm sorry for this, and then he just does that, memory wipes her, and
it would have been that easy, Jill, to explain. It would have been that easy.
Or that.
I'm ready for that Mace Windu versus Darth Vader series where we can see those two fight each other. It'll happen, let's say, 4 years after Revenge of the Sith. It'll be Quinlan Vosk. He could be in there too as a survivor, and he'd be like, "Is that Asajj Ventress? I don't know. Never mind. We can have those 3 characters. We're good. That's a movie."
Fingers crossed we get that battle in the mall show.
Wasn't it
Maul Vader?
It's crazy. The only thing I remember from season 3 of The Mandalorian was the backstory that they did on Grogu when he was saved from Order 66. Remember they
by
showed the
what's it called
flashback?
it by Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, the actor who played Jar Jar Binks. I'm glad they gave him. I'm at best. I'm glad they gave him some redemption because man, the backstory about what happened with him and how he almost took his own life because of the backlash he got for playing that character all them years ago. That let me know how crazy. I said that's when I knew the Star Wars fandom was toxic, was with that situation right there. But they gave him redemption because they put a lightsaber in his hand and he went to work to get Grogu out of the Jedi Temple.
And the Skeleton Crew kids made it out alive. I poor choice of words, but they've made it out without any sort of like online bullying. To my knowledge, they should be fine because nobody watched.
Yeah, you didn't watch Andor either.
Oh gosh, no.
But that show seems to have a somewhat of a decent following.
Yeah, there are people that love it. People love that show. It's
because they doing stuff on Andor that they would usually do in an HBO short series. It's not. I don't want to say it's not Star Wars, but it ain't.
It's not Star Wars. I'll say
it's not Star Wars-esque. Yeah.
What is it? Andor?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no.
Your Andor takes place right before Rogue One.
Only thing I liked from Andor was Mothma's speech. That's it. And only because it's literally an episode of Rebels. It from that speech goes right into Rebels. So that's the only reason.
They sure have found a way to stretch that shit out, though.
They have. But if the Maul and Vader thing does happen in the show, that would be fantastic. I hope that is something that they do. I think that's something that they're looking at doing or already done. If it's already filmed and done and all that stuff, I think it's coming. Andor, yeah, as like I said, people love it. There are people that love it.
So I don't know if you heard it. The actor who plays Jar Jar Binks, his name is Ahmed Best. He was in the flashback episode of Grogu getting saved from episode 66.
And I don't really know if it's redemption. I don't know if I wouldn't even really say they gave him redemption. I would say that I think this fandom has a very short-term memory sometimes and forget who they bullied. Because they bullied the shit out of Hayden Christensen too. But then when he showed up,
right now,
everybody celebration, everybody's like, "Ah!" Crying and shit. I'm like, "Wait,
just like a lot of the fandom claim they didn't like the prequels, but then when the trilogy sequel came out, now they love the prequels again. They love the prequels.
Yeah,
that revisionist history is something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very super.
Well, we're moving on now. To the side.
I'm Too Fly Cam with $2. Andor, the greatest. Oh yeah, it's you. You can write it. You can pay. I'm not gonna say it.
You mean Rogue One?
I was gonna say Andor is not better than Rogue One.
I was about to say Rogue One is maybe one of the best Andor. But I'm glad you like it though, man. I won't yuck your yum.
He's like guys who do this, right? The super chat just to egg us on. No, I'm not gonna do it. Nope. I'm too fly. I'm too mellow.
There are scenes from Rogue One's TV trailers at the time that weren't in the film with Vader that I was hoping that were going to be released like on the DVD, behind the scenes, deleted stuff. I don't know if they just are keeping that and never show, but there was an argument that him and Krennic were having in the original trailers where Krennic was yelling at Vader, walking at Vader and saying, "We are dealing with immense power." And Vader, I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's going to be such a dope ass scene. Nowhere, gone. Never seen it outside the trailer.
No idea. flip floppers. Same with the Jar Jar. I mean, the fan base is vast. I'm sure the ones who were cheering for Jar Jar and Hayden's back and prequels, I'm sure they're not the same human beings who were angry. I don't think it's like the John Cena fans. They all turned. They were all against him, and then they're like, oh, okay, look, we like you now. I do think that it was separate people, and they say that the sequel era will have their fans. One day there'll be a Star Wars celebration. It'll be like Daisy Ridley's back with the Oscar Isaac with the John Boyega. Go crazy, guys! Oh yeah, oh no, all right, bring in Rose Tico.
Not Rose Tico.
I forgot
I
about her.
do think this will be the
She
first.
caught a lot of heat.
Since this is the first generation of Star Wars viewers that were born on the internet and their attention spans are inherently faster than ours, I do think this is the first generation that will forsake their Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
I think
do
they will
too.
absolutely forsake it. At this point, it's completely memeable content right now, so it's not like it's very popular in their formative years. As they grow older, it will only diminish from that point. I don't think that they will cling to this the way that our generation clung to the prequels, the way that our parents clung to the original series. I do not think that the roots were grown for this latest iteration of Star Wars.
And I know that because in Fortnite, the Star Wars characters from yesteryear are more popular than the ones that are from the sequel era.
Same thing with the hotel.
We also have to, wonder too. Just because it's on Fortnite, I'm always gonna go back to that video. I saw it again the other day where the little white boy was saying, what were they, basketball players, football players? They asked him about. He's like, what cartoons you watching? This little boy said Kai Cenat, and he was like, no cartoons. He was like, YouTube. He said, no, like what's Cartoon Network? And he's like, I don't know. Like these kids aren't like, they might know through the pop culture zeitgeist who these people are. Like, oh, I know that that's Darth Vader. I am your father. I know that, Anakin Scott, but they're not, I don't think Star Wars doesn't have like new fans running out to buy merch or to watch films or anything like that. They just don't have that. So I agree with Marcus. I think this is going to be the generation that we are the generation keeping Star Wars alive.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. There's not like we're not I've seen videos of people like, oh, I'm showing my kids Star Wars, but it's not like that's not like a huge margin of people. They're like, oh, Star Wars, love it. I think we're it. After we're done, it'll be a few people that tell the tale of Star Wars.
That's why they keep making so many remakes, because they got to keep the IP alive.
Yeah, they're never going to stop making stuff. And maybe one day somebody will come in and say, what if we tell a Luke story? And they're like, oh, I never thought about doing that one.
Not with Kathleen Kennedy there, you didn't.
Dave Filoni knows that at Star Wars Celebration in 26, 27, whichever was next, he better say something about a character that Star Wars fans like and say that's what's next. Yeah, Starfighter's coming. Yeah, Mando Grogu's coming. But you guys like Mace Windu? Welcome back, Sam Jackson.
What would we, and I'm just curious because I know we're about to probably get out of here. Just curious on that last comment there. What would we be missing in the second rewatch of Kenobi? And the only reason I asked that is because in the first time, again, I just said this one. Nobody should know who Vader is. Mm-mm. When she comes in there and she's telling Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan finds out who Vader is from a nobody, that so canon breaking. So many things that were canon breaking were just awful. Unredeemably awful. Can't do it. I did give Boba Fett a watch the other day for the first time in forever. I don't know why I did it, because when I started going through it, I started remembering the reason we were all upset. I forgot how much time was spent with the fan people.
I did not like the book of Boba Fett at all.
Yeah, terrible show. All right, that's the show.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
His and Hers on Netflix right now. They've got lots of episodes. Go watch everything I always tell you guys to watch. And Children of Blood and Bone is a year away from coming. Subscribe to Chillmonger. I'll do the afternoon woke up one of these days. And what else do I got? Oh, Cross. I'm covering that in February 11th. So subscribe to Chill.
My stuff is back up. Chill and I should be back. We'll discuss things, but we should be back on the morning report maybe next week.
Y'all know where to find me.
I've missed those morning reports too.
Want to appreciate Torian coming on, joining us tonight, being our fourth.
No problem. No
Sir,
problem.
you know where you can find me. I'll be live on Sundays, back of the bus, doing dubs and L's and behind the cape. Come check me out.
You can find me on here.
Nobody asked where we could find you. He was right.
Damn, right in the middle of my spiel. That's crazy. But you can find me on here, Torian Rain Reloaded. Also on Twitter. Well, yeah, I'm gonna call it. I ain't calling it X. Same name, Torian Rain Reloaded. Also on Instagram, Torian_Rain, and on Threads, the same name. And by the way, if y'all not on Threads, y'all really need to get on there because I found so many of my tribe on there. I found my Welcome to Derry tribe on there. I found my Stranger Things tribe on there. I found my Pro-Black tribe on there. I'm telling you, y'all not on Threads, y'all need to get on there immediately. It's definitely a refresher for me when I need to get away from Twitter. Marcus, you might need to get on Threads after all you've been through these last couple of days.
I gotta try
battling the anti-recast. You need a breather.
Try it.
Thank you, Torian. Thank you, Marcus and Darius. Take us home, Josh.
Hey, I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
Thank you, Josh.